The pain I feel you never know. Emotions that I never show. I'm on a lonely road, but I've walked this lonely road before. I'm a Spartan soldier, I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war. I'm a Spartan soldier.
Coronavirus is the biggest threat this country. We've been asking people to stay at home, rise to that challenge, and we will come through it stronger than ever.
What is your confession?
My blood from me born, blood where me from. Live by the sword, blood with me gun.
Fight for the demon, fight for your cause. Me a top from me heart.
Me no fear, me no fraud. Everybody knows Sparta, we elite.
Now surrender, back down a rock, set the feet. No retreat, and the boy one big pussy plate till we beat. Like a phone number, boy get the water. Mad now we skull to we feet. And the power get green by the beast. When me gun rise, bullet me unleash and release.
I hit in your face and bust out the meat. Them no want me rise, them no want me survive. Them no want see me make it, them want see me die. Still me a smile and I live my life. Them no know how me struggle every day to survive. It's them hungry, me up to provide. Who no ride with me,
I got show like a light.
swallow my blood before me swallow my pride. Keep me head held high, hope to the sky. The pain I feel you never know. Emotions that I never show. I'm on a lonely road, but I've walked this lonely road before. I'm a Spartan soldier, I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war. I'm a Spartan soldier till my life is over, till my heart can't beat no more. Spartan, no stranger to danger, me walk in the graveyard. Any boy feel them better than braveheart. Try cross my path, save me gun, them a TikTok. No mercy, I be sure when the war start. The rumor done spread, them put money for me. Say Sparta go burn and tell me live it. Them a talk to me, never once been scared. Step out with the thing, them send them to hell. They show me a preach to the you, me a reach. Every Gaza, every gully, every street. From my heart through speech, me a teach. Yet them a hate me, still them a free. Head high to the sky. Mama don't cry if a son of the eye. Smile, dry those tears from my eyes. Don't worry, my music will keep me alive. Time, them fear realize it's 100 miles me walk when them arrive. My wife, my friends, my child. Sparta we set till the day we die. The pain I feel you never know. Emotions that I never show. I'm on a lonely road, but I've walked this lonely road before. I'm a Spartan soldier, I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war. I'm a Spartan soldier till my life is over. Emotions that I never show. I'm on a lonely road, but I've walked this lonely road before. I'm a Spartan soldier, I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war. I'm a Spartan soldier till my life is over. That I never show. I'm on a lonely road, but I've walked this lonely road before. I'm a Spartan soldier, I was born to conquer. I was raised and trained for war. I'm a Spartan soldier till my life is over, till my heart can't beat no more.
Children, gather up. No retreat, no surrender. Spartans never retreat. Spartans never surrender. Prepare for glory. Tonight, we dine in hell!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Talking Madness. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is Sunday evening and your boys are back. And yes, I mean the boys are back because Dale Richardson has learned how to use a laptop. He has learned how to get on Zoom and he is back on the team tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm one of your hosts, Nathan Lewis, joined by my regular host, Lee Simmons. And once again, returning tonight, he's back as the host, Dale Richardson. Dale, well, you're back.
I finally realised how to use the Zoom app on my laptop, so I am back. Thank goodness for that. I was so gutted about last week. It was unbelievable.
I know, we were gutted not to have you here, Dale, but it was an amazing show.
So much I think I broke my SD card. That's how annoyed I was.
Yeah, you broke your phone. You broke your phone in anger, guys.
That's how annoyed I was.
Didn't work properly.
That's correct.
No, but what last week, amazing podcast last week, another amazing podcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a Hall of Famer on.
Yep.
We have got one of the OGs. We have got, as Mr. Richards put it, we have got the machine, the person that grinds the gears, that gets everything working in CPW, and that is the ringmaster, I call him, Simon. Simon Morris is joining us live tonight. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited.
That man is a legend.
I'm definitely excited, but he's definitely not the only bloke you've ever called the ringmaster, Nathan. Let's be honest.
No, I can't imagine. No,
It definitely is.
Imagine he's probably called a few people that.
No, Simon
I haven't.
He's an integral cog in the CPW machine. Without, whether people know it or not, without Simon, there wouldn't be a CPW. So it's going to be great to hear from him tonight.
I can't wait to hear his stories, to be fair.
I guarantee we're going to hear some stories, and
yeah,
people need to get there.
About you, Nathan,
people need to get there. Probably. Probably. I don't know how. I don't know.
Especially for how much you're around his house most weekends that you had a chance.
That is true. That is true. But before we're joined by Simon, we're going to have a bit of a discussion, as always, guys. If you are watching on YouTube, we appreciate you joining us live. I know we've seen already Justin from Nerds of Wrestling, Niall, Dominic Shorty, hello, champ. Carry on here. Someone called Happy Little Cow.
Happy Little Cow?
Yes, mate. Happy Little Cow. Hi,
I can see it as well. Hi, Pete. Who's that Happy Little Cow?
Ricky's joined us. Shannon.
Ricky Hewitt, yes. Hello.
Jim, as always, thank you, Jim, for joining us. Commentary Pro Wrestling's here, of course. And Shannon Wardwood is here. And I guess the Wardwood fans are watching as well as a traditional Sunday.
Oh, Darren Simmons is on.
Oh,
yes,
Darren Simmons.
Yes, Darren.
Yes, Darren.
He does.
How are you doing?
Ricky said that he was the happy little cow.
Who?
Ricky. He said that was me.
Oh, yeah, he's changed it now.
Unfortunately, Mr. Winter seems to be on as well. So
yes, Mr. Winters, always. Thank you for joining us, though. I do like the fact that he does join us every week. We appreciate that. But yeah, again, thank you for joining. Want a big shout out to Justin, Nerds of Wrestling.
Yes.
Your podcast on Friday featuring our new blood wrestling heavyweight champion, Niall. I've listened to it. I know Dan's listened to it. A lot of us here have listened to it. It's a great podcast. We appreciate what you've done there. And we look forward to more of those podcasts as well in the future. But thank you for that one.
Yeah, really enjoyed it, actually. Niall had some good stories, and it was good to hear from him. And like I say, hopefully we can have a lot more of the CPW guys on that show.
Yeah.
Spread our wings over to the States.
And whilst we're doing shout outs, we've got a really special shout out. He may be a turncoat. He may have joined the coalition, but he would always be a little rascal. But today, we want to do a good, big birthday shout out to our very own young lion, little Charlie. Birthday shout out. Happy birthday to you, Charlie.
Happy birthday, little brother.
Yes, happy birthday, mate. Shame he's got to be in the coalition, but he's also
He's
our
grounded
academy
now.
champion.
He's been grounded
He's
now.
also a two-time academy champion, though. Now
that is true.
But happy birthday, my friend. Hope you had a good day.
He is a two-time K champion, but he has been grounded after everything that happened on Friday's pay-per-view. I've heard.
I'm not
His mum,
surprised.
Abby wasn't too happy with him, so he's been grounded.
Nathan told him to ground him on his birthday, by the way. Everyone needs to know that.
Not on his birthday, because I didn't know it was his birthday. Okay, maybe he was just grounded for Saturday. It was okay. He's allowed out for his birthday again. I don't know. We're going to move on, and we are going to talk about the Reload pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly. Before we do, though, we need to talk about what's happening also tonight. Unfortunately, there's no Kat Von K tonight. She's not feeling very well, so she's not able to join us tonight. So we won't be having any singing on tonight unless we decide to sing for you, which could be a possibility if the fans want it. But
you suggested an Oasis karaoke.
Yeah, I said we do Oasis karaoke. But as always, CPW and management love to give you guys a free match after this show, and it's a great match this week. It is Kurt Pliskins versus the Galaxy champion, Danny Dingo Doherty, which was on the New Blood Wrestling episode 15. So another awesome match for you guys to watch after this show finishes, after we've interviewed our guest tonight, Simon. Talking about shows, you've all heard the news. We've all been excited for the news. And ladies and gentlemen, we're so happy that we are going to be back next Saturday. Well, this Saturday, shall I say, this Saturday coming, May the 22nd, with CPW, No Retreat, No Surrender. We are back live. And Dale, I've heard some news about the tickets. What's the news about the tickets, Dale?
Listen, them tickets are they are going like nobody's business. I mean, because of what we've had to, obviously what we've got, we're limited attendance, so we have them tickets have been going. So I mean, front row, they're gone. I mean, ringside seats, they are gone. They are gone. They are finished. They are sold out. So get yourself on there. Get yourself some general admission tickets. Get yourself into that show, because either way, you will watch top class stuff. Watch these guys perform in front of our Galaxy once again. God, I'm so looking forward to this.
So excited to be in front of the Galaxy, to see the guys again. And remember, you can get those tickets from www.coventryprowrestling.co.uk. And like Dal says, those tickets go fast. You do not want to miss out on the first live show back. However, we're not going to be going for long, because June the 5th, we are going to be back live at the Stoke Heath Community Centre with Night of the Lioness 2, a show dedicated to our women's division. And ladies and gentlemen, the women's division right now is amazing. It is stacked. It is violent. It is aggressive. It is the best women's division in the country, and that is a fact. And if you want to be there, Night of the Lioness 2, June the 5th, make sure you get ready to buy those tickets, ready for that night as well.
Before we carry on talking about that, Dominic De Winter's put on the YouTube that we should do a practice version of the Sweet Caroline. That's what the lads. I think the lads should lead us in a practice versions of Sweet Caroline.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So to close the show out, we will do Sweet Caroline. We'll do the chorus of Sweet Caroline.
We never discussed this.
Unfortunately, mate. We're giving the fans what they want.
You got to blame Dominic.
Only one person said that. But anyway, wait. Let's be fair, yeah. Nobody knows anything but the chorus.
No. I hope you know the words, mate.
Who cares? That's all that matters is the chorus.
I hope you know the words, mate.
I'll get them up on Google. Don't you worry, mate.
I hope you do, mate.
Because I'm famous for getting lyrics wrong.
Me and Nathan,
my friend Leo do the chorus. You do the main bits. My friend Thomas Wood would tell you those facts.
I'm sure he will.
Yes.
Woodward. Tell us a few others as well.
My friend Thomas Woodward would tell you those facts. That I get the song lyrics wrong all the time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about this Friday, Reload 2021 pay-per-view. First of all, if you haven't seen it, it will be available to rent from tomorrow and will be available from on demand from Wednesday. But when you talk about it was the last pay-per-view before we go live with the fans, and what a pay-per-view it delivered to be. I was sat at ringside with Mr. Richards, and tell you what, it was scenes. We're going to start with the opening match, number one contenders match for the Galaxy Championship. We had Drake Winter versus Morgan Black. Two big guys going at it, two former champions in their own right in CPW, and both of them wanting that opportunity to become number one tender to go against Danny Dingo Doherty for that Galaxy Championship. And what a match it delivered to be. Great match style, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, end of the day, like you say, two guys that have been around the CPW division. Obviously, Morgan Black, he he lost that championship without even getting pinned or made to submit. And he lost his championship, so he's not happy about that. So he went into that match thinking, right, I've got to be the one contender for the championship I didn't even lose. So he wasn't happy to start off with.
No.
And Drake Winter, I mean, he's the Emperor. He says he's going for every championship. He eventually wants to be challenging for that Lineal Championship, so he wants to win some titles.
He's made statements, and one way to start making those statements is by getting some gold around your waist early on, early on in the year or early on in the making that statement, and that's what he's going to have an opportunity, because obviously he did come out successful. He did get the win over Morgan Black and became the number one contender to go on and face Danny Dingo Doherty. So who knows, in the future, we could see Drake Winter as the new Galaxy champion when he faces Danny Dingo Doherty. Depending on what happens in the near future, Danny might not even still be the champion by the time that he gets his opportunity. But I believe obviously he will be, because it's going to be quite soon, I hope. But
hopefully, but we don't know. We know it's up to the CPW management, I'm sure, and I'm sure Alex Connors will have his say a few things about that. So yeah. So
and then we moved on to the New Blood Heavyweight Championship. Niall Fairchild, the New Blood Heavyweight Champion, defending his title against one member of the Winner Dynasty, James Cross. Now, Niall spoke about his plans before that match, how he didn't want to go all the way through his pandemic as the champion, as the Galaxy's champion, because he does everything for the Galaxy. He's a people's person. He didn't want to go all this time without seeing the fans as champion, and for that to be taken away from him before we returned this Saturday.
Absolutely not.
And, he went out there with focus. He was focused, but so was James Cross. James Cross, a big opportunity to become a champion, another champion, another belt on his record, another belt to his name. Like I said, champion once again in CPW. He came out there all guns blazing. Honest truth. I saw the different James Cross that night. He's
different now, isn't he? He is. He's been training. He was training abroad in Thailand, was it? He's come back with a whole new martial arts mentality, and all you know is like wrestling wrestlers. Then you've got to watch out for that, man. It's something different.
But that night was different, because normally we see James Cross using his size and strength. He likes to throw his opponents around a little bit and chuck his opponents around. But however, he used the ring to his advantage. He was manipulating Niall's body. He grounded Niall really early on, and he was very aggressive towards Niall's lower frame, the legs, wrapping around the ring post, using the ring apron to his advantage. It was very, very clever gameplay from James Cross. And at one point, I was like, we're going to see a new champion tonight. James Cross is going to come out of this as champion. But however, as always, Niall, being the fighting champion he is, he prevailed. He hit the natural selection. He got the 1-2-3 on James Cross. But that match, again, it was close. In my opinion, personally, it was close to one of the matches being match of the night. It wasn't match of the night. We already know which one was match of the night. We're going to discuss that in a minute. But it was close for me because it delivered. It gave me everything I wanted. James Cross, I think people need to watch out for him. He's making waves, and he might have just got a loss there, but he's put a lot of people on notice. Like, he's here to mean business this now.
I think I agree with you, Nathan. Like I said, James Cross stuck it all on the line. He went out there and he said, right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm here to win championships. So he put it out there, and I think he drove Niall very, very close. Very, very close. I mean, it was very close.
We have to talk about what happened after the match, right? Niall gets the win.
Let's talk about that, yeah.
And then disgusting behaviours after the match. Niles
Dominic
down.
Winters already
He's
talked
in
about
pain.
it.
Dominic Winters said it on the Winter Dynasty come out. They all come out and they attack the champion himself, Niall Fairchild. Not only attack him, but Jimmy Vice, Apollo Vela, and James Cross all hit signature big finishes on him. And it's the statement at the end. Like, they did not need to do it. There was no need for it. But there was a statement made by Jimmy Vice doing a dynasty. Jimmy Vice was stood tall at the end of that beatdown, holding both titles, the Next Gen Wrestling Heavyweight title and the New Blood Wrestling Heavyweight title. And I don't know what it means, but it looks like the Winter Dynasty aren't done with that title. But it looks like the next person going for it, or next person they're looking to go towards Niall, is Jimmy Vice. But the beatdown afterwards, disgusting, absolutely disgusting behaviour from that group.
I mean, it is disgusting, but do you expect anything more from him? That's Dominic De Winter's MO. That's what he does. You know, he'll use that numbers game against people he sees as a challenge, as somebody as a threat. And, you know, there isn't much bigger threats than Niall Fairchild. He's a big dude. And when he's got his sights set on you, then, you know,
You talk about numbers there and numbers game. You're right. They do play numbers there. But talk about numbers. That takes on to our third match there, Leighton, Lee. The Coalition versus Will Starr. Rage and Charlie versus Will Starr. Now, we were discussing this match beforehand, like how much of a weasel is someone like Alex Connors to put someone like Charlie in the way of Will Starr, especially the Will Starr now who doesn't care about you as much. He's more violent, more aggressive. He's willing to more or less do anything to get the job done now. We've seen that. He busted open Rage, Adrenaline, absolutely left him bloodied on the mat. And for Connors then to go, I'm going to put little Charlie in his way. The Academy champion was a disgusting, dirty move. But absolute scenes. The stuff I saw from Charlie, hitting Will Starr not once but twice with a steel chair to the kneecap. The first one, it was hanging over the apron. The second one, his knee was wrapped around the ring post, and then he slams the chair against the ring post. Like, I don't know what Connors has said to little Charlie, but
Alex Connors, for that entire match, all he was trying to do, I mean, as a referee, he was just interrupted. He was constantly on that apron. I've never seen him so up and down. And I what can I do? He's a general manager. He's in charge. I told him to get off, but he doesn't have to listen to what I'm saying. He's in charge of me. He's in charge of the show. So what can I do?
I saw it now. There was nothing you could do because he was breaking all the rules, allowing all the advantages to go towards his team. But it doesn't matter what numbers game you got because, again, personally, Alex Connors cost his own team the match. Will Starr got the win once again, and Will Starr proved to be the better man on the day, beating the odds as well. But again, another match which afterwards, absolute scenes, absolute shocking thing.
I was stunned, to be fair, what actually happened.
Rage is out cold. Rage isn't moving. Connors comes in with Charlie, and the next thing we see him picking up Rage, and he hits a flying knee and then gets Charlie to hit a cutter on Rage and then rips the shirt off him, the Coalition shirt, off the back of Rage, and tells him that he's fired from the Coalition. I did not see that coming. He blamed Rage for the losses, which personally, I've been watching those matches. The only person that should be blaming themselves is Alex Connors for his losses, but they blamed Rage. Rage got kicked out of the Coalition, and I was gobsmacked. I was absolutely shocked. I did not see that coming down, and I know you didn't either.
Absolutely. I mean, Lee. Rage, an old friend of yours. I mean, he's that to happen to him.
Fair though, you reap what you sow. You know, I mean, it was a shocking moment, but like I say, you reap what you sow. He did turn his back on his long-time friend, so he had his back. He had his protectors. He had his his patron turn his back on him. So
he basically said he had it coming to him.
Well, maybe he didn't. I wouldn't say he was the one that cost them the matches, like Nathan said. He isn't. You know, that's just Alex Connors taking the coward's way out and blaming someone else.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You know, karma's a bitch, is it not?
Well, it is, but now I have to wait and see what happens next for Rage. But obviously, the coalition, we know what's next for them. We're going to discuss that in a minute. But the next match was a women's match: Alfie versus Kat Von Cage. And what a match!
Wow. All I can say is wow.
This match obviously was picked as match of the night, and no one could disagree with it. It delivered. It was one hell of a match. These women were going back and forth. They were absolutely having a fight, and the fight was that manic, and they were that hungry just to beat each other and fight each other. That Appendale, you end up cutting them both out.
They still wouldn't listen to me.
They wouldn't stop.
No, I had to get people out from the back,
and they still didn't stop.
No, they weren't stopping for nothing.
I tell you,
just wanted to beat each other down, and that is fantastic. The emotion and the passion they put into that match was just phenomenal. I couldn't control it. I had no control at all.
We hadn't seen Alfie for so long, and Alfie came with a new look. With last time we seen her, she did what she did to Chantel Jordan. And we haven't really seen her for a while. She had a new look. She had loads new moves. So a new, completely stuff I've never seen from her. And she took it to Kat Von Cage, and they both went to war around after the match, and they're still fighting. I tell you that the fight was so manic and the fight was so extreme that even Mr. Richard sat next to me got so excited that I think he was about to punch me in the face. He was so excited. He was like, this is a fight. This is what I want. Yeah, it's a fight. Fight.
Yeah. Well,
and I thought I'm gonna get right hooked in a minute. I'm just gonna lose.
I see DeWitt just put on the YouTube. It's just a second consecutive women's match that was match of the night at pay-per-view.
This is correct. It is the second match of the night. The last one was Kat Von Cage versus Emma Cross.
Yep.
2 matches in a row on 2 pay-per-views in a row that Kat Von Cage has been involved in match of the night as well. She is proving a point to all the women in the women's division.
What do you think, Lee? Sorry, you're a bit quiet there. Sorry, mate.
No, sorry. I'm just my dog's just attacking me now. But no, well, I haven't actually seen the match myself yet. But I heard the ruckus, and then seeing the devastation when they came back. If that's anything to go by.
I heard they started fighting again backstage.
Yeah.
Hashtag news of the night.
There's me trying to prepare mentally, to go out, and then there's these two just coming out past each other, just smashing each other up. It was crazy. But if that's anything to go by, I can't wait to see match on Saturday, and I can't wait to see Night of the Lioness. It's going to be big.
No, exactly. I'm buzzing for both of them, and even Concentrate Wrestling have put it on YouTube. They're going to be bringing extra security to keep them two apart on Saturday.
Wow, yeah. Exactly.
And then we moved on to the co-main event, which was a tag team title match. Winter Dynasty versus the tag team champions Team CCC. Hashtag Ketchupgate. After last time we saw the Winter Dynasty in the tag match, they all got covered in mustard, ketchup, hot sauce, thanks to Team CCC. And they wanted a bit of payback. They wanted a bit of revenge by taking back the tag team titles to the Winter Dynasty. However, another great match. Absolutely awesome match. But the tag team champions got the pin, beat the Winter Dynasty, and continue moving forward as tag team champion. And they've made a big statement that night in their video. They told everyone they're going to be the longest tag team champions in CPW history. They're going to hold those belts longer than M&S. So they did call them M&Ms, actually. They called them M&Ms. And that to be reminded. Yeah, I just said M&S by accident. It's like M&S.
M&S, right?
M&S shopping here.
M&S, right? Wow.
Bringing out the grocery. M&S.
Merseyside
Mercenary Squad.
Yes.
Yeah, they told them they'll fight them any day as well. They said TCC they'll fight them any day.
Wow! They put the fight out. They put the challenge out to them. Wow!
If anyone's got Dan Evans' number, call him. Let him know they're being called out.
I've got Dan Evans' number. I might have to be on the phone to him.
And like I say, one hell of a tag team match, a great tag team match. And then that brings us on to our main event, ladies and gentlemen. Our main event, what a main event it was. It featured Morris, the BMF, the Natural Born Killer, against Leighton Sims. And it was a #1 contenders match for the new Blood Championship. And what a main event it was. Again, another match that could have been close to being the match of the night. It delivered as a main event. They both went to war. It was back and forth, an absolute brutal fight all the way till the end, until Morris hit the big drop kick onto Leighton Sims, hitting Leighton Sims into the referee. Morris hadn't seen it. Morris went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. No referee. Leighton Sims outsmarting in the BMF with a quick roll up for the 1, 2, 3. But Leighton Sims, congratulations, you're number one contender for the new Blood Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. But it was an amazing match. Let's talk about that match.
Well, yeah, thank you. I went in there wanting, obviously, you always want to win, but this was had a lot of meaning to me because it's, like you say, to be the number one contender for the New Blood Championship. And I had to give that up when I was injured. So I have been determined to get my hands back on that beautiful belt for a long while. But obviously, you can't go into a match with Morris thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, because then you're just going to get smashed up. It was hard. It was hard. There was a lot of times where it couldn't have gone, where it might not have gone my way. But you know, he says it was a fluke. But as you said, mate, I was smart. I used what happened to my advantage, and I came out on top. And I'm really happy with the result.
Well, you should be, Liam. At the end of the day, you put in a great performance. I mean, again, like you say, Morris blaming others for his own failures. I mean, at the end of the day, I couldn't help the fact that I've just been knocked down. What can I do? I can't.
That drop kick, like,
that was a powerful drop kick. I mean, I felt the force, you know, and it it put me down. And what else can I do? And the fact that he took his eye off the ball. I mean, that's not my issue. But the problem is, I think we're going to talk about this. Let's talk about what happened after that.
Well,
shall we?
Exactly. After, I'm sat there and I'm like, happy seeing you win. Morris is not happy. He's raging. He
celebrating.
He grabs you first, doesn't he? He grabs you first, doesn't he?
Got hold of Lee, yeah.
Grabs you firstly, hits you, knocks you down. And then he turns around, puts his hands on Dale, and I thought I'm about to see Dale get punched by the BMF here, but no, pushes Dale against the rope, picks him up, and gives Dale an absolute beast of a spinebuster. Dale, how's your back, by the way? Because that spinebuster,
I'm still feeling it.
Took you down.
I'm still feeling it.
Disgusting behaviour.
Honestly, I am going to tell you this: that I hope Alex Connors is watching tonight. Because I'm going to be speaking to the management, because I ain't going to put up with this. I'm not going to put up with these wrestlers.
Dale, Alex Connors doesn't, no offense, Dale, but Alex Connors is not your biggest fan, so I doubt you're going to get any favours, mate.
You can't have these wrestlers think they can keep putting their hands on officials.
I agree. I reckon you should just refuse to wrestle Morris's match and get one of the other referees to do it from now on.
Hey, Oddball, you're on, mate. Let him throw you around.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I just mentioned, we just talked about it. The Reload pay-per-view was one hell of a pay-per-view. And like I said, make sure you check out those matches, because you'll need to find out and know.
Morris has started on the YouTube already, guys.
Oh, he's told you to shut up, Dale. Shut up, Dale. But remember, if you want to check out what we've been talking about, Reload pay-per-view will be available from tomorrow to rent, and then available on demand from Wednesday.
You want to get it?
Talk about what's happened after that. So good. We've mentioned the next time we're going to be live is this Saturday, and it's going to be the No Retreat and No Resender pay-per-view. However, we've got obviously some matches to mention that were announced on the pay-per-view, as well as an exclusive. Before I announce those matches and the exclusive, I'm going to introduce our guest, because I know he loves a good announcement. He loves a good exclusive. So
please, let's do it.
I'm going to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, at this time. He is our guest tonight. He is, like we said, the machine that keeps everything going here in CBW. He is a Hall of Famer. He is an OG of commentary pro wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Simon Morris.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Here he is. Here he comes. Oh, here we go.
Oh. Hello. Yes, Simon, how are we doing?
Not too bad, thank you. You?
I'm very good, Simon. Very good.
Where's your picture, man?
Video, mate.
Picture? How do I do it?
Press
Oh, I don't believe it.
What do I do, man?
Look,
there
you'll
should
put
be
your
a-
picture
there
on.
should be a picture of a camera that you have to press.
Press the camera, man.
Wait,
That's
here
what
we go, here we go.
As long as we can hear you at the moment. Yes, there we go. We can see him. Boom. Simon. Simon.
He's there.
Yes, there he is. The legend
Hello.
himself is on the Hall of
There he
Fame,
is.
ladies and gentlemen. Simon Morris. Simon, how are we tonight?
Not too bad, thank you. You?
I'm good. I'm good. Dale's here. We managed to get Dale on.
Yeah, you've got me. I've got to be on this show with you, my friend. I can't miss this.
100%. 100%, mate. Definitely.
So, Simon, we were just talking about Friday's pay-per-view.
Okay.
And Friday's pay-per-view was amazing. But the next show is obviously No Retreat, No Surrender, live in front of the CPW Galaxy. I know I'm excited. I know you're excited to see the fans back as well. And have
100%.
CPW back in the fans.
Mate, you're not excited. Again, you keep getting the name wrong. It's not No Retreat, No Resender. I don't know what that means.
No retreat, no surrender.
What did I say?
I don't know what you keep saying.
I said surrender. What does it sound
Can't
like? I'm
speak.
saying?
What's wrong with you, man?
No Resender.
No resender.
Oh.
What is that?
He's
Elvis-
nervous because I'm on.
I think it's an Elvis Presley song.
He's nervous,
maybe.
mate. He's nervous because you're on. He's waiting. He doesn't know what you're going to say, Simon.
No doubt. It's I'm not bothered. It's more excitement for Saturday. I'm just so excited. I can't even get the words out. And that's a true fact because me and Mr. Richard were so excited about announcing the return on Saturday. We couldn't talk on Friday. We couldn't get the words out either because we were so excited. And then we couldn't even say anything else after the fight happened because we were both so excited after a big fight. So excitement caused you not to have to speak properly. But I was just
100%.
saying, we're about to announce some of the matches that have already been mentioned for this Saturday's live show, as well as an exclusive. And I know you, Simon, you love a good exclusive.
I love a good exclusive, mate.
Exclusive. So, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, one of the matches that were announced on Friday on the pay-per-view was after the Coalition versus Will Star match. Will Star got the win. So this Saturday, we're going to see Will Star versus Alex Connors for the CPW Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
I'm excited for that match. Simon, Will Star, Alex Connors, two of the biggest names in CPW at the moment.
Yeah.
Heavyweight champion. Will Star, former lineal heavyweight champion. What do you reckon that match is going to be like? And who do you think is going to win out of those two?
Definitely Will Star. 100% Will Star. But this is Alex Connors, the general manager. So, anything could happen. Anything could happen. He's just stitching everybody up, man.
Yeah, well, he does it all.
That's true.
He does it all the time. You just don't know what he's going to do. I mean, all the
100%.
stuff. I would say the last match on the last pay per view, like I said, he was up and down the apron like a yo-yo. So you just not know what he's going to come up with.
100%. Look what he done to Morgan. Triple M.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly what I did to your boy.
Disgusting stuff. Triple M taking that Academy Championship away from him in an
Yeah.
unfair match.
He literally ripped my shirt off my back.
Off your back, Dale.
I'm pretty sure Triple
have
M
it.
will get his revenge though.
Oh, 100%. Sure it will.
Dale, Lee, that match then, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win? And what do you think that match is going to be like?
Tell you what, the way it Will Star is at the moment, Alex Connors has got one hell of a job to defeat him because he is just on a mission. Since that whole stuff started,
On here, with Steve Valentino on here.
Steve Valentino on here, that has been just the start. And from that point on, Will has just been an absolute machine, an absolute monster. He took me out. He pushed me around like he's acted like your boy Morris. Don't give a damn about the officials. He's just on.
I know.
focused
He's turned all dark on us, man. I don't know. It's very hard to. He's just gone down the wrong path. Very much so. He's
He turned into a proper teenager. He's gone through his teenager chat. It's his
I wouldn't say a
teenage years.
A reckless young man.
But Will Star said, you've seen what he's done to Rage in that chains and chair match. He busted Rage open, and he's been wanting to get his hands on Connor, so he's going to get his chance, and I reckon.
I reckon Will Starr's going to do him in.
I don't want to count out Will Starr. He's my teacher. He's my sensei. He's our leader. But you know, he's like you can't. You'd never know what dirty tricks Alex Connors has got up his sleeve. You know, you never know what dirt, what absolutely. He's scum, like you say. He'll stitch you up, and he'll do whatever he can to win. So, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to, I'm probably going to go. If I was betting on it, I'd probably be putting my money on Alex Connors.
So there's a bit of a mixture in, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't believe you just said that.
What's going on?
I don't believe that. Oh, but that is a shocker. That is shocker of the night.
Mate. So I'm going to go with
his money on Alex Connors.
I know who would step over his own mother to win a match. So, you know.
If you are watching, guys, who do you think is going to win? Will Starr or Alex Connors for CW heavyweight title?
We've got a great question on there for.
We'll come to those questions in a minute, Dan.
Morris, already having a go at you as well, Nath.
I know, Tommy, shut up. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, do you know what? He's reckless, man. He's reckless.
I would be worried if he told me to shut up and he was in the same building as me, because he probably could hit me then. But he's not in the same building as me, so I'm technically safe at the moment. So it's all good.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to lie. It's fucking hilarious if he just popped up behind you and twatted you.
That would be quite funny. I would love that.
So the next match that was announced was after the... Mr. Richards announced these matches at the same time, but Alfie and Kat Von Cage obviously went to war on Friday, but on Saturday we're going to see a women's tag match. The golden ticket holder, the Machine, Emma Cross, tagging with Alfie versus Kat Von Cage and the women's champion, Shorty. Four absolute top females in CPW going to war there. Who's your money on there, Simon, in regards to Shorty and Kat Von Cage versus Emma and Alfie?
Yet again, I've got to go with Shorty and Kat Von Cage. Like I say, the other two, bad apples, bad attitudes.
Yeah,
you know, 100%. I've got to go with the CPW Women's Champion, 100% all the way.
Yeah. You know what? That is really interesting one, to be fair. I mean, like I said, the violence that came in the match on Friday, Alfie. It's completely different side of Alfie, like we haven't seen. I mean, what she did, like you said, what she did to Chantal Jordan when she took her out, and now she is just clearly as well as Kat Von Cage on a mission. So that match, I don't even know if I could even pick it. It's that tight.
I look at this as well. Like, obviously, the next show after this is going to be the Night of the Lioness 2. So, you know, whatever goes down on No Retreat and No Surrender, is going to impact. It's going to have a big impact on what goes down and what happens at Night of the Lioness 2. So, you know, these women matches are going to be ones to be watching because, you know, one, these women are the best in the UK. These women are
100%.
Will go out there and fight and go to war because that's what happens at CPW. And, you know, and we just seen Emma Cross have match of the night with Kat Von Cage, but not just match of the night, the best women's match in CPW history with Kat Von Cage. And we've just seen Kat Von Cage and Alfie have match of the night on Friday. And now we're adding the women's champion into the mix, Shorty. You know,
I mean, let's forget as well. You can't forget as well that Emma is going into that still holding the golden ticket. And with their champion involved in that match, anything could happen, man. You don't know what the landscape's going to be like at the end of that.
If I was Shorty, I would have my eyes firmly on Emma Cross.
Definitely eyes in the back of your head.
Definitely.
Because you just do not know what's going to happen. 1 minute she could be there, next minute cash in, and then you don't know what's going to happen. So
and then the other women's match that was announced was the CPW lineal champion, women's champion Kiara, will be defending her. I believe defending her title. It will be in a match though for sure, but it will be against the returning Harley Harris, someone we've not seen for a while in CPW, and I'm pretty sure that after being away for so long, Harley Harris is going to come back into CBW, wanting to make a statement, wanting to prove a point.
100%, yeah, prove a point, especially with that show just around the corner. It's going to be 2 fantastic matches.
2 top matches in the women's division. And like I say, we're going to have both women's champions on the show as well, which is amazing to have. But again, another match it could easily deliver as match of the night, and also is going to have big impact to what happens at Night of the Lioness 2 on June the 5th. So another match I believe we need to watch out. But who do you reckon will come out victor of the match, even if it's title or non-title? But who do you think is going to win that match, Simon? Kiara?
Like I say, it's another tight match, another very tight match. Well, I don't know what I can say. I just think it's going to be tight. It's a must-watch. It's a must-watch match. Brilliant female stack card for the return. So it's going to be absolutely another fantastic match. So, yeah, it's a 50-50 one for me, I think.
And like you say, it is a stacked card, and we're not even finished yet, because the last match that was announced on that Friday pay-per-view was after Leighton Sims got the win over Morris to become number 1 contender. So he will be facing Niall, the New Blood Heavyweight Champion, on that show for the New Blood Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
So, you know, another, just coming off the back of a great performance with Morris, but also now getting a chance at singles gold after recently being tag team champions and straight into a singles championship belt against Niall. First of all, Lee, you must be excited to have that chance to go and get more gold, but also, Simon, what a match that could be. You know, 2 guys that have been here for a long time, know each other quite well, probably, and it's for a title. And then CBW know when the title's line.
It's another fantastic match. Like I say, stack card. He's got his work cut out, I think. Noel's on fire at the minute. But to be fair, you just beat Morris. So, you know, fair play to you.
I'm not going into that thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, but it's a different mindset for me, kind of, because, you know, Noel's a good guy. He's a friend. But I'm not going there to make friends. I'm going there, and I know he's going to be thinking exactly the same. It's going to be a fight, and we both want to come out the winner there. And so, yeah, it is going to be a war, and I'm going to give him everything I've got.
Brilliant. Yeah, he's online tonight, Lee. So if you message you want to give him, you give it to him.
Yeah.
Give him some shit. Give him some shit.
I no shots at you, Niall, because like I said, you're my friend. But I'm coming for it, mate. I'm coming for it.
Yeah,
it's an interesting one, like you say.
50%, mate.
It's an interesting one because you both don't mind having a good fight. And I think the hard thing for me looking at it is first of all, Niall, we know how much he loves the CBW Galaxy. Not saying that you don't, Lee, but we know how much Niall does everything for the CBW Galaxy. He even calls that title their title, not even his title, it's their title. And the fact that he's going to be back in front of the CBW Galaxy I think, is going to give him some more, more power, more presence, and I think it's going to make him even something even different to what we've been seeing from Niall more. But again, same with you, Lee. You're going to be back in the Galaxy. You're going to be excited to be back in front of the fans, but also you've got that opportunity to dethrone the longest reigning champion in Niall, but also a champion who is being on one hell of a destruction of defending the title. And if you could be the one to beat him, then my God, what does that do to you going forward as well?
Massively.
You've got Ricky Hewitt is you said that he's supporting you, Lee, on the YouTube. He's saying that he's supporting you. Niall was put. I look forward to a fair fight for a change.
Morris has commented saying Leighton fluke to win, and he ain't got a chance against Niall.
You make a fluke, but as we said, I was just smart enough. You took your eye off the ball. You went to go check on Dale. You went to go and lift him up. You were shouting at Dale. And then when you turned around, I rolled you up, brother. I did. That's what it was.
And this is the one that probably means more than anything. Coming to Pro Wrestling. We agree, Ricky Hewitt, especially after what happened to Niall on the Reload 2021 pay-per-view. We predict Niall's focus won't be fully on the challenge that Leighton Sims will present.
Wow, yeah, exactly. He's on might be off the ball.
Commentary Wrestling might be slightly behind you there, my man.
I
hope he has got his focus fully on me. I'd hate it if I won that through any of those arseholes coming out and interfering and doing anything like that. It's got to be fair. If I don't win, I don't win. It's fine. I'll pull myself back up and I'll try again. But I don't want it to be because of something like that. And I hope he has got his full focus on me. But if he hasn't, I'll take full advantage of it. I'm not going to lie to you.
So what you're basically saying to the Winter Dynasty is keep their nose out of your business.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Yeah. Well.
Wow. We just got some comments here. Morris has put not smart enough. I'll show you smart enough. Dominic De Winter's put Niall Fairchild is just a landlord, and JV has taken up residence in that head of yours. Thank you. Woo!
Wow.
That's a big word, isn't it?
Wow, here we go.
But Commentary Wrestling put facts of the night. Niall destroyed Morris twice.
There you are.
There you go.
How can you argue with that? But
talking about facts, we have one hell of an exclusive now.
It's my fault, apparently, both times.
Are we ready for an exclusive?
Go on, then.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusive here, ladies and gentlemen. Morris, ladies and gentlemen, has been calling himself the Icon Destroyer recently. Big words there, an Icon Destroyer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can announce exclusively this Saturday at No Retreat and No Surrender, Morris will be in action and will be facing a huge returning icon. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This Saturday on No Retreat and No Surrender, Morris, the Icon Destroyer, will be facing a huge returning icon. Now, I don't know who the icon is. None of us know who the icon is. I don't think Morris even knows who he's getting. A huge icon. Someone, a blast from the past, maybe.
Is that huge?
Hey, it's an icon who's made waves. It's a huge icon. CPW Galaxy, who do you reckon the icon will be returning to face Morris this Saturday? No Retreat, No Surrender. And hey, Morris needs to be careful because he's been making those claims that he is the Icon Destroyer. And if you're not an Icon Destroyer, then you get a bit ready for those icons to come back and teach you a lesson.
Yeah, he definitely is a lot more pissed off than usual after what happened on Friday. So
I'll tell you who I like to see. I'd see. Brandon Thomas. What an icon to come back.
That would be my fair.
Imagine Brandon Thomas, Morris would be like, uh-oh.
That would be a shout, to be fair.
It'd be great to see Brandon back anyway, and to see him do that, to see him slap Morris down, it'd be great.
Yeah, 100%.
What about you guys? Which icons would you like to see?
Oof.
I always say I want to see back because he's fucking fun, and I'd love to see him again slap Morris down. Disco Burt.
Hey, what about if it's secretly Mr. Richards?
Oh! He'll have his money back.
Morris has been saying some things towards Mr. Richards at commentary, so who knows? Mr. Richards might be saying, you know what, I'm going to teach that kid a lesson. I'm going to teach him a lesson now. He's been saying things to me. We've got here Stuart hopes it's the Beast. Could be the Beast.
Yeah.
Dominic De Winter put it Marcel.
Marcel, yes.
A big rap battle.
Morris has commented, Dow screwed me and got his karma, and I'll destroy any icon in my way. He said, Dom's put, he said icon, not mecon. I think that's aimed at Marcel. I mean, it could be any icons. We could see, Ethan Silver from the Black in the Past.
Wow.
Drew Parker. Yeah. Disco Burt. I mean, we go further back probably, and there's some people that we haven't seen for a long time.
Triple B. Could be Triple B. You never know.
There you go. There's a shout.
Chris Stone
as well. Chris Stone. Hey, Chris Stone. That would be a hell of a shout. What about Tom Lindsay?
I'm going to say Tom Lindsay. Someone you couldn't even expect. Dominic's put, who said it's a male icon?
Well, there you go.
We don't do intergender.
We don't do intergender wrestling.
Very rarely. No, very rarely. We just don't normally do
Probably
it.
the fact that it's not going to be.
That would be the reason why it won't happen, Dom.
Wes has put Lizzie Styles. I ain't gonna lie.
He wishes.
He does, but also if Lizzie did come back, she'd probably kick Morris's ass. So
yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Si. That'll be
What about you, Si? Who would you like to see face your son who's turned evil on you?
I'd love to see Disco Bird come back. He is absolutely fantastic. All of them, what you've mentioned, needs to give him a good kicking, man. Do you know what I mean? So
he needs to be taken to the woodshed, Si. He needs to be taken out of the woodshed. He needs to be taken to the woodshed, mate.
100%, mate.
Nathan, you're getting it, mate.
Oh, mate, I've been threatened by Morris now for saying Lizzie Styles will kick his ass. He told me I'm getting it.
You're in trouble. You're in a world of trouble now, mate.
Hey, here's a good shout. Wes has put, I hope it's Katie so she can teach that boy a lesson. Just imagine.
She'd batter him.
Just imagine the noise, though.
If it was, I'd actually enjoy refereeing that one.
Just imagine the scene, though. Imagine Morris stood there waiting for the icon, and next thing, Katie just walks out and he's like, oh, no, damn it. I'm in trouble.
Run!
I'm in trouble.
He knows he's rolling that one, doesn't he, Si?
He starts tapping out before she's even got to the ring. Like, I'm out. Come on, ring the bell.
I'm done.
So, what do you think? What do you think Katie's music would be if it was her?
I don't know, man. I don't want to get in trouble here, you see, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Simon's like, if I say the wrong thing, I'm in trouble. I better get myself.
I'm on the sofa tonight, mate. Come on, keep it on your sofa.
Better get the sofa ready.
Make sure Morris is not around. He doesn't want him having a go at him tonight.
Do you know what I mean? I'll get battered by him as well.
Yeah.
What about? Somebody's put Fat Wolverine. I don't know who that meant to be or what he's saying. Who's that to? Who's Fat Wolverine?
Yeah, he wants to be very careful.
Who's Fat Wolverine, Dominic? We're not sure who you're mentioning now. We're on a different conversation, so we're confused where this is going.
Fat Wolverine.
Fat Wolverine. Oh, that Wolverine geezer. Yeah.
Oh, is he on about the Elvis brothers? Oh, imagine. I don't want the Elvis brothers.
Oh, goodness.
Where's his name like?
Fucking the flying Elvises, yes.
Are they even alive still?
Oh, not them two. Jesus.
Are they even alive still? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know if they're still alive.
If there's a caravan parked outside, we possibly know it could be.
Oh, they did. They always used to come in the caravan, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They always used to come in the mobile home. I forgot about that. They turned up in the mobile home. I was like,
look at it. Mobile home parked outside. I think some of the fans trying to get into it.
Wes has put an interesting one. How cool would it be if that train came back, Fifi?
Wow.
I mean, I prefer Fifi to what we got now in her place. So I'd love to see that. But
well, I'm not quite sure if Fifi is capable of Cleo and little Susie.
Yeah.
Well, the last time we saw Fifi is against Jimmy Vice, and Fifi took everything off. So, and then not seen anyone apart from Cleo since then. So who knows?
I mean, I thought that really Fifi was tucked well away, and little Susie had full control of what's going on there.
We know for a fact.
We
know for a fact if it's Fifi that the fans would be super, super happy. Especially,
massively, yeah.
Morris has put Fifi won't come back.
Oh,
I mean,
he's off.
Do we just put Icon or Pygon?
Wow.
Who's the? Okay, where's put? Okay, it's Pete Dunne. It's Pete Dunne, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. Oh my goodness!
That'll be another match.
Pete Dunne.
Hey, imagine if it was. I'll be like,
hey, I love someone like Flash. Flash Morgan.
Flash.
Oh my goodness.
No fun Dunn, or as it used to be, Damien Dunn.
Damien Dunn, yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
Fun Dunn. Who else we had? Who else were there from the Blast in the Past? There's loads. It could be anyone, but we're going to move
Casanova.
Jake
I can
Casanova.
forget Jake.
we're going to move on because we can be talking about this all night about who's been facing Morris. And, that's to my check. This ain't the Morris show. This is talking.
What are you saying?
This is Talking Madness with Simon Morris.
So it is a Morris show tonight.
Not Morris MBK. So we'll move on. You were right, Dal. There were some questions here earlier on, and there was a really good one actually from Nar, which is actually the one I want to start off with tonight. I mean, there was until I lost it, scrolling through the pages because everyone's been talking so much, and I can't get control of where I've been in life. There he goes. Yeah, it's about here, I think. There it is. I've got it. First of all, he made a really nice comment, so I'll read that out first, Simon. He put, I also want to say what a man Simon is, a legend in CPW, a fantastic family man, and a role model to many backstage. So I actually want to discuss
Thank you, Niall.
This is what you are. I know you. I know you very well. I get to spend a lot of time with you and your family. And like one thing I know from you, and everyone at CPW knows, is how much your family means to you. Like family is everything for you.
Everything to me. Everything.
So I know obviously you got involved in certain things because of your boys, and you'll do everything for your boys. How much, like, talk to us about why family is so important and everything, because obviously we did have this discussion as well. There are people out there where that kind of family bond and that family togetherness isn't always there, doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, family is everything to me. Do you know what I mean? It's my boys are my world. Katie's my world. And you know, with 3 boys, all 3 of them are autistic. So you know, it's you know, family's everything to me. It's how I've been brought up. It's, you know, that your family is your life. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just how I am. If I call you family, you know I will look after you 150%. That is it. You know, and yeah.
And you mentioned there, like I know you've got the tattoo on your arm with the symbol, the autism symbol,
yes,
and stuff. And like you said, you mentioned there obviously all 3 lads have autism. What have you found has obviously that brought you a lot closer, I guess, to the family and stuff, and because obviously I get you have to deal with a lot of stuff outside of your family, like with other people, and that's why, and everything like that. How have you? Because obviously we've seen your boys; they're amazing. All 3 of them are amazing.
Thank you.
And you can tell they've been brought up properly. And the one thing I've seen is the way in which you treat them, and you treat them like no different to anyone else should treat anyone and stuff. But what I noticed coming into wrestling is the differences that it's made with like Corey, Morgan, and even Jordan, even Jordan just being at the shows and coming around the shows and being around things. Like I remember seeing them day one and the growth in those 3 lads, and how not just wrestling has helped them, but being around all this kind of stuff and all these activities has helped them. How much thanks do you have, not just the wrestling, but sort of to people in CPW and the people around CPW who treat them no different to anyone else should be treated?
Oh, massive. It's the love that I have for Mr. Richards. You know, it's unbelievable. He's like a brother to us. He is part of our family. You know, when Corey first went training, he walked into that room, and at that point, he had tried so many different things like karate, stuff like that, which he just couldn't connect with. But he's always loved wrestling. So when he first walked into that room, he couldn't hold a conversation. He couldn't look at people in the eyes. He was socially, his communication, everything was gone. So he walked into the Haggard Centre. That first session was very hard for him. And everything just built up from there. And now, you look at him now, it changed his life. And it's CPW wrestling that has done that for him.
Yeah, I've got to say, Simon. I mean, at the end of the day, like I say, when I met your boy, first came in, the difference is just phenomenal from when he first walked in that door.
100%. It's like, as the CPW family, we say it has changed his life totally. It's kind of, it gave him the confidence to move forward, and certain things along his journey, certain things got said to him, like Phil said to him, like, when you're talking to people, treat it as like a promo, which that's what he took on board, and that's what he did. And now, like, our house weekends, it's like Piccadilly Circus, as you know.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Some crazy stuff goes down.
And, I wouldn't change it for the world. No. Wrestling has changed Corey's life, and it's changing Morgan's life too. His confidence has grown so much too. Again,
another one, like I say, I've been privileged to know them for so long now, and say you see the difference. Like let's start with like Corey to begin with. Corey, like you say, even when I joined in, he was still very quiet and very shy and very nervous and stuff. I felt like it was easier for him to connect someone when they just didn't treat him any different or treat him differently, and just saw him as another youngster. And I remembered, like, slowly, like, I started having more conversation with him, I'd interact with him more, we'd have some more laughs and stuff.
Hey,
this is manic. This is the madhouse we're on about. And slowly, like, you just see the guy's confidence growing and growing and growing. And now he's the guy that can rib you backstage and joke about everything and crack all the jokes and stuff. Whereas if you imagine that at the start, that never have happened. And
definitely not.
And I know the other thing that you say about it as well, like you say, not only has wrestling helped him personally, but like the amount of stuff it's helped him outside, like in school, in education and stuff, because
definitely,
as he got more confident, he managed to grow in those areas as well.
Massively. He's kind of like, like I say, Corey joined when he was, I think it was 10. So he was just going up to senior school. And at that point, me and Katie was like, wow, if he weren't communicating, didn't have no friends, he was finding everything so hard. So all the professionals trying to help him do this, do that, and it just wasn't working, And then, like I say, we brought him to his first training session at the Haggard Centre, and the rest, it just grew in confidence. And you look at him now, and it changed him. Like I say, things would have been so different if we didn't go down and been to CPW. So
and like you say, you have so much thanks to CPW and Mr. Richards in person.
Massively. Like I say, feels like a brother to us now. So he's part of our family, and that will never change.
Because I remember me and you have had many conversations, either sober or drunk. I remember a conversation we had, because I remember telling you, like, before I really came to CPW, I knew about autism to an extent, but I didn't know, drastically loads and loads about it. And I've learned so much from you, Katie, and the boys regarding autism and the different spectrums of autism there is, and how even autism affects everyone in differently. Because, like you even say, like all three of the lads have got autism, but each of them is different. It's different with each one of them.
Yes.
And everything. And that fascinated me even more, and I was so interested by it. And then learning from you and Katie and the boys about it more, and then seeing like all the different growths, makes it think certain things even more impressive. And I remember telling you a story about Corey when I took Corey over to Apex.
Yeah.
And I think this was like one of the times where I was just like this just proves a point. Is we did a training session before the show, and Corey's in there doing what he does in training, and that's just beasting everyone and proving he's a machine. And he was doing all this stuff, and one of the lads comes over to me and goes, that young lad, how old is he? And I was like, I think at the time he was 17 or 16. And I was like, 16, 17. He's like, he's really, really good. Like he's something special. And I was like, mate, you wouldn't understand, mate. He is probably one of the most gifted, talented youngsters I've ever seen. And he was like, man, he got a big future. And then I went to the lad, I was like, oh, just I let him know that he had autism. And he was like, nah, you're lying, mate. You're making it up. You're making it up. Like, I was like, no, honest truth, mate. That lad is autistic, and that's what makes it even more amazing of how good that guy is. And the lad was like, I don't believe it. That's impossible. And I was like, no. And I was like, to me, I was like, that is better than anything, because he's just gone in there and proved that he's better than everyone, and no one could even notice or tell.
There you go.
And it's like when people find out, they're like, they just don't believe it. And I'm just like, you know what? If people knew that beforehand, they'd treat him differently or try and judge him beforehand.
Massively, yeah. And
the fact that they didn't know that, and when they find out, they're even more like impressed and shocked. And I think, like, say, like, talk about Morgan as well. Like, Morgan's come on massive since doing.
Yeah.
And I've seen the difference in Morgan. And I watch Morgan week in and week out, and I'm so impressed with that lad. And
and,
you know, like you said,
well, he did one-on-one sessions with Phil first, right, with his fitness and stuff like that. And Phil's got this magical thing, as he just like he totally understood Morgan, and like with Corey, and you know, through that his confidence built, and you know, which shows out of wrestling, out of the training room, which, you know, enough love to him for you know, making that happen for us as a family. It you know, we are eternally grateful, 100%.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I mean, Morgan never used to talk to me at all, and now like he's really talkative. I love seeing that in him, and just that change. It's amazing. Like he comes up to me, and like he's a bigger dude than me, you know. And he comes up, and he goes, like when people, I bet you get it as well, mate. When big guys come up and start say, "All right, big man, too," yeah, like just because they're taking the piss. He does that to me now. I'm like, "Cheers, Morgan, nice one, mate." Yeah, it is great. I mean, Mr. Richards did the same with my brother. You know, with the fitness and stuff, and helped him out of his shell a lot. It's a great thing to see that, man. They are great lads.
So my other question is then, are we going to see the Jordan in there as well eventually?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He's the little wild one. He's I'm not sure. Hopefully.
Hey, I know he punched me a few weeks ago, and I know about it. I was so unexpected as well. And he killed me.
Hopefully. He came to one session and he enjoyed it, but at this moment in time, he's not so much interested in the wrestling side of things at the minute. But I'm sure as time goes on, he will. So
we're talking about autism and wrestling. What would you say to people watching, or people that have family relatives or friends that have youngsters or relatives that have autism and want to try and how much wrestling can help those people? Because like you say, wrestling's helped you and done so much for your kids. What advice would you give to those who maybe are looking for something for their kids to do, or someone they know that maybe has autism that, you know, is looking for something?
Like I've said, like with Corey, we tried everything. All the professionals did their best to try and make things easier for him, and nothing was working. So it was being part of a family, making him feel like he belonged, he trusted. And, you know, wrestling is fantastic for that, building confidence, communication. It's just absolutely brilliant, because it's all about communicating, talking to each other, having an understanding, getting treated as an equal, like you said earlier. You know, so it's wrestling. It's thinking out of the box, something that you wouldn't believe or think as you watch it, how much it can help somebody with a disability. CPW, you know, are absolutely fantastic. You know, there's you know, no discrimination whatsoever. They help. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, think out of the box. Wrestling is like I say, it's changed Corey's life. it's changing Morgan's life, all for the better. It's absolutely amazing. So, yeah.
I think I have to agree with you. You're saying so. Like I say, I didn't know a lot about autism, like myself, like Nathan said, before I met Corey, because I hadn't really known anyone that's had autism until that time. And the difference, like I said to you before, from when he started, it's just phenomenal. And the confidence of that lad, you would never know. Like Nathan's already said, you would never know that it was even an issue ever. You would not know.
Yeah, definitely.
And like you say, Morgan, I mean, again, Morgan is just unbelievable. Like Lee said about his confidence levels as well. Like I say, he never used to even speak to me that much either. But now he does. Comes up to you, shakes your hand. How are you doing? All the time. Yeah. Honestly, and it's absolutely.
And something as small as that, he does that at school now, which straight away builds friendships, build friends, and it's small things like that build a person and build him as a person, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say you guys as a family, as a whole, it's just a pleasure to know all of you. It really is phenomenal. I mean, I will say myself. I mean, when we had this pandemic on, and we needed something for my wife's birthday, you guys stepped up to the plate. We needed something. I wanted to do something for her for my wife's 40th birthday, and you guys stepped up. You guys arranged for something to happen.
Your family day also, like I say, you're another one of those that have helped my family grow. And like you are in CPW, you're like the glue that keeps us all together. You are absolutely fantastic. What you do behind the scenes is absolutely phenomenal. Like I say, you've kept me feeling intact all these years.
I would say that. I would say that.
You have, mate. You give us that look, and that's it. We're done for.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, working with you guys,
mate. Yeah, you're part of our family, so we'll do anything for you.
For working with you guys has just been an experience for me and just a joy. So so it absolutely is brilliant to work with you all. So
thank you.
We're still on the subject of family, because obviously we're going to keep on family moments, because family is, like you say, the biggest thing to you and biggest thing for you.
Yes, 100%.
Obviously, you've got we're talking about your direct family there at the moment, the kids and Katie, who help out at the shows. Katie is a big part of what goes on at CPW, as well as you. That's the reason why you're here, and it's the reason why you're both in the Hall of Fame. How did that first come about when you guys started getting involved in that aspects of things? Well, because obviously you first of all got involved just with Corey going to training. It was about Corey going training. When did it start becoming everyone getting involved and all of you getting involved as well?
Well, so basically what happened was we were looking for like I say, something bigger for Corey to do, something more. We've tried different sports, karate, so forth. So we're searching away, and he's all, like I say, he always loved wrestling. So we stumbled across, there was a show at the Billy Banks Street in Coventry. We're like, oh my God, we're going to take him to it. So I phoned this number, and it was Phil. And we kind of, me and Phil hit it off straight away. So we went to the show, and Corey started training. And it was kind of like, it was virtually straight away. We are like I say, we're a family. We're one unit. So if one of us do something, we all do it. We all jump on that journey. So so basically that's how it worked. It was virtually straight away.
Okay. And sorry, I've just got a message off the boss man. Had to read some stuff. So obviously they get involved and it becomes a big family thing. And also we know that the rest of your family as well, they all come to watch our shows. They all love to come to watch the shows as well. How much does that mean?
They fill up the place, man.
Absolutely. I feel like I say, we'll continue with the subject of autism that we've talked about. So
Yeah, okay.
again, so tell us, obviously, from your knowledge, what it is like to actually be in the middle of that with these kids that they say have got autism, and you've got to deal with that. So how's that? Well, how's that to deal with as a family?
As a family, it's nothing different to us. Because like I say, we've got 3 boys, and all 3 of them were born with autism. So to us, it was no different. So yeah, they're great lads. So you know, to us, it's no different. It's always been part of our life. That you know, the boys are the boys, and we don't treat them no differently. They're young lads, and you know, for us, it's just normal. They're all great lads. They're all good lads. Except for Corey at the moment, because he's gone a bit dark on us.
What advice would you give then? Because, like I say, all 3 of your lads have autism, and as parents, you've had to react to that when you were told, and obviously then deal with that, and obviously go on forward. What advice would you give to maybe a young couple or a young family that maybe having a new child that gets told them their child is diagnosed with autism? What advice would you give them to obviously deal with that situation and move and grow that situation and how to react to that situation? Because I guess, you know, as someone, you're not really given that kind of advice growing up, you know, and if you come from a family that doesn't have someone with autism or anything like that, you don't learn about it or understand it. So you know, this is probably a good platform right now to maybe give some advice to people that maybe have relatives that autism and stuff.
Like I say to everybody, autism's just a label, and you know, just keep on moving forward. Do you know what I mean? You find out, like your boys, as we're a close family, there's certain things that our boys do that we know, you know. It's a very difficult question. You just keep moving forward, if that makes sense. And just basically just keep moving forward. Like I say, we've never treated our boys no differently. So
even if you can't put it into words, mate, whatever it is you're doing, it is working, because they are good lads.
Oh, massively.
Brilliant guys. And they're going to grow into amazing, they're great men.
Massively, 100%.
We've got a comment here from Kiara, our lineal champion. Thanks for joining us, Kiara. She's put, I have Asperger's, so this is close to my heart.
Wow.
So we appreciate you sharing that with us. But we're going to be talking about autism at the moment for a while. So if you've got any questions or questions you might want to ask, please ask them. Niles put, Simon has personally helped me out a lot the past few weeks, listening to his advice and experience and applying them to my own daughter's journey. So Niall,
because it's very hard because everybody's different, you see.
Yeah.
So you know, it's hard because the advice that I would give people is especially with autism, as long as you've got a routine put in place and you don't break that routine and you just keep on going forward, then everything just drops into place. It's all about the routine and keeping everything calm and happy.
What are the challenges to keep that routine going? What challenges?
I remember you saying this to me once about, obviously, where I think we were going out for a day or something. And you was like, there's certain routines we have to do because for the boys to feel comfortable and stuff. And like Dal says, how do you deal with those routines and creating those routines and making sure you're on top of those things?
Challenges for you and Katie to keep that in place, to keep that routine, to keep them knowing what's
I suppose once you've got a routine set in place for your boys, and you as parents, you just have to keep on make sure that routine happens. Like they wake up in the morning, they brush their teeth, they have their breakfast. You know, as long as you keep that routine in place, then you know everything in that child's mind just all settles down, and they can start processing different things. It's when the routine is all up in the air and everything's different. And like I say, certain calming strategies we put in place for the boys growing up, which then, as they get older and mature more, they start learning that their own calming strategies to keep themselves calm and certain things like that. So, like I say, everybody's different. So different things work for different children, but keep an open mind. The advice I'd give, keep an open mind, and just keep on moving forward. You know, that's the best advice that I can give to anybody that's just had a diagnosis of their son or their daughter has got autism is, you know, get a routine put in place straight away and, you know, just keep on moving forward. And yeah.
Well, Kiara's put here that she totally relates to routines, routines, and something that she can relate to. We have a question from Commentary Pro Wrestling. Sorry, Dal, was you about to ask that?
No. I was just about to say, is this a daily thing? It has to be a daily challenge every day, or it's just like it needs to be set out every day. You have to go, whatever happens. Nothing.
Yeah, every day. It's kind of like as they were when they were younger. Yeah. Every day, the routine has to be the same as they're young and they're growing and so forth. So the routine has to be the same every day from when they wake up to when they go to bed. Like with our boys now, it's they need to know what they're doing now and next. They need to know what's going on through their day. If you don't tell them, you just spring it on them. That's when you can. Not so much with our boys now, but when they were younger, if we didn't, you know, if they did not know what was happening next, like now and next, then that could have caused quite a difficult problem. But as they get older, they kind of, especially with schooling, where things change all the time. You know, it's they learn to use, they learn to adapt. Do you know what I mean? But their routine basically is the same every day, from when they wake up to when they go to bed. So yeah, so it's about routine. That's the key. It's routine.
So you put these routines in at home, and obviously you have these routines at home. Do you have to then work with the schools, I take it, to try and keep these routines or keep some form of routine at school? Because like you say, school's always changing. So I'm guessing school could have maybe a kind of like it could be difficult for them at times, I take it.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, 100%. The school, we work with all our boys' schools very closely to make sure that everything is working. We get phone calls all the time if something's happening at school, or so we can prepare them for the following day. So if they're doing some.
Oh,
hello.
Yes,
hello,
mate.
What's happened?
I think you're all good. You lost your camera. You still here, though.
You got to turn your camera back on, mate.
Now you mute yourself. There we go. Unmuted.
There we go. This camera thing ain't working again.
Well, we can still hear you at the moment.
Where were you pressed a minute earlier to turn the camera back on?
Okay.
What did you do? What did you press earlier?
Oh, it's gone on to driving mode or something.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Well, stop driving then, Simon. Get out your car.
You're supposed to be driving, man. What's happening?
You're doing a podcast, not driving.
There we go.
Hey! You had to get someone to stop that out there for you.
Someone helped him. Oh, wow. What are you saying, Simon? Carry on.
Well, where was we?
You were talking about schools.
Yeah, you were talking about school, mate.
So we work very closely with the school. So, like, if something's changing the following day, so like Morgan goes to a special needs school, so they keep everything.
What school is it?
He's at Riverbank.
Because obviously my brother and sister with their disabilities and that, they went to a special needs school, and me being the younger one, it was different. But I remember going and seeing like at these schools. I used to be jealous of my brothers and sisters' secondary schools. They didn't have to do like the GCSEs and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I was jealous of that. But now, now I'm older, I realise and that. But they had like different kind of help, with like social skills and
just like
simple things like, you know, being in a shop and not getting flustered with stuff, you know, like, is that the kind of thing that Morgan gets?
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff like that, but Morgan has shown, Morgan's a very clever lad, so he's doing some of his GCSEs, which we were so super proud of, you know, and he's a very clever lad. Whiz on a computer, he's a very clever lad. He's got an amazing memory. So yeah, it's, you know, with all the boys and their schooling, we've always worked close, but like I say, we've been a very tight family. So we've gone up to school and said, oh, what's happening, what's going on? So if they come back, like, especially in the younger years, very stressed out, we want to know why, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
100%, yeah, 100%.
So the school knew right from the start we weren't, you know, one of these parents that just, when they're at school, we want to know what's going on. So we've, we work very closely with schools.
Have they ever got, like, you know, because I mean, I'll be honest, like, a lot of the scraps I got into as a kid was sticking up for my brother and sister when people called them names and stuff. Have they ever had stuff like that, you know? People being dickheads.
With Corey, no, because he's always been a big lad.
Yeah.
Corey's always, you know what I mean? They're kind of left, but we've always been a big presence in our kids' lives. So
yeah,
everyone's always known, you know, at the end of the day, you mess with my boy, then you mess with us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we've always played a big part in it. Morgan, when he was younger, he was very wild. So at first he went to a mainstream school, and they just did not know how to help him at that point. So they was doing stuff like that. This one time they were playing rounders in PE, and they've gave him a bat. So with Morgan, he's like, oh, okay. So he's turned around and smacked the kid next to him around the head with a bat. You know, and he's like, what are you doing giving him a bat? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? So yeah,
he's hit the lad and still ran for a home run.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So we had a phone call to say that Morgan's just hit a kid around the head with a bat. So we've gone up there like, what are you doing giving him a bat? You know he's going to do it. So what give it him? So yeah, that was quite
entertaining.
I mean,
no, they didn't do that again.
You know, I went to obviously a school myself for people with learning difficulties. So, you know, I know what it's been like. I mean, like Lee said about GCSEs and A levels, I never had any. So
yeah,
you went to school with my brother and sister, didn't you, Dale? Alice Stevens.
Pardon?
You went to Alice Stevens, yeah.
Correct, yeah.
That's where my brother and sister went.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yes, man. I know. And I know. And yeah, also I knew your brother, your sister from there as well. So it's a like you said about moving to a comprehensive school. And like you said, Simon, they just don't have a clue what they're doing. They haven't got a clue what they're not trained to or even talked about knowing what it is to deal with kids with learning difficulties, because
definitely,
and they don't have a clue. So yeah,
100%. Like with Corey, he managed to he got diagnosed when he was 7, 8. So he'd basically been through. He was in junior school, so and he was doing well with his work anyway. So, but with Morgan, he got diagnosed at 3. So it was kind of like it was a fight to get into a special needs school, but you know, they got through their schooling. They've never had no problems. But me and Katie make sure of that, mate. Any issues would be there petrol bombing their houses, man.
That's it. That's what I say. Like literally, like 80% of the scraps I got into, like, you know, when I was a kid, out on the grass by my house was somebody, you know, saying a name like, you know, to my brother and sister, and I was like, you what? And I, you know, that'd be
100%.
And I still do the same. You know, I die for my brother and sister. I love them to bits, and I think, like, you know, being a younger, but also like having to be the one that kind of always looked after them and looked out for them, it's made me grow even more close to them.
Oh, massively, yeah, 100%. And fair play, chap. Is it what I believe is there's not enough education in the world today, like with certain disabilities and stuff, like, you know, there's hidden disabilities. There's not enough education out there. So, you know, it's like silly little things, you know, changing numbers on bus stops and stuff like that, you know, that can totally throw it, especially somebody with autism totally off, you know, and it is, my boys are doing great.
I remember when you saying that, and I remember when your lads came to watch a different show, and some people had different names.
Yes.
And they were like,
what?
Yeah.
You had to explain
it was
to
the
them.
Apex show.
Yeah, you had to explain it to them.
Explain to them, like, Will Starr was, what's his name?
Liam Roberts.
Liam Roberts.
That's the one, Roberts. And they're like, no, they couldn't understand. No, that's not his name. It's wrong. It's Will Starr. You know what I mean? So,
and like you say, those little changes are for everyone else are little changes, but for them, that's a massive change, and it's something they have to process.
Driver on his bus to refuse to go to school, didn't he?
Yeah, like he had a different driver on his bus one time that comes and picks him up, take him to school, and he wouldn't get on the bus because it's not the same person, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's like their journeys, all three of the boys, their journeys are totally different. But yeah, it's yeah.
So on that question, like you mentioned there, like the little things can turn into the big things and stuff.
Yeah.
We had a question from Common Pro Wrestling, which suits that and also brings it to present time. Then, how did your boys then cope with the difficulties of the lockdown? Like, how did the lockdown affect them?
Wow, it was it hit them quite hard, to be fair. You know, the lockdown was especially Corey, you know, because he was training every day, up the PC every night, and for that to get taken totally away from him, it just totally threw him. No school. All three boys found it quite very difficult, but you know, me and Katie, like, Katie's amazing. She knows everything to do. She's the glue. Like, Dale's the glue that keeps us CPW together. She's the glue that keeps his family together. She kept the boys ticking on, and it's all about communication and explaining what's happening and what's going on. So
shows.
Yeah, they put shows on for us out in the back garden, because obviously we've got the ring in the back garden. And like I say, it's all about the communication and explaining properly what's going on in the world today. But yeah, it hit them really hard. And then filtering back into back to school and stuff like that. For Jordan, it was so hard because he went from junior school to senior school. So he's still doing half days at senior school because it's taken him that long to try and work out, wait there a minute, I've changed school. Then I didn't go to school for so long. So yeah, it has impacted on him quite a lot, quite hard as well. But, you know, with mine and Katie's hard work, and, you know, we have...
we'll get through it.
Yeah, we've sorted it, and you know, it hasn't phased them too much, you know what I mean? But we did work hard, very hard with the boys to make them understand and realise this is what's happening. And it, like I say, it's all about communication. That's all it is communication.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you, I mean, what it sounds, as long as you explain it, you know, you explain it to them in, you know, terms that they'll obviously know, and you explain it so that they know exactly what is going on from start to finish. Then you know, obviously you guys do a great job at making sure that they know what's happening. So
100%. It's like with all three boys, it's not so much Corey now, but it's took them a while to get there. It's black and white, so you know there's no in the middle.
Yep.
It's black and white. Does if that makes sense? There's no, you know, we have to explain it properly to them.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Absolutely. So, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I say, this is something that I think we can talk about This guy's stuff
I mean,
all
I've
night,
got
to be
here,
fair. But yeah, any from the
Kiara's
YouTube
asked
then?
a question. Do any of your boys wear the sunflower lanyards? I saw someone at Curry's PC World today wearing one.
Sorry?
Kiara's asked, do any of your boys wear the sunflower lanyard? I saw someone at Curry's PC World today wearing one.
I think they're the one.
No. You know,
so
you have to wear the mask.
Yeah, because does it affect, like, so I'm yeah, like Morgan, is he not able to wear a mask if he goes somewhere, or
no, Morgan don't wear a mask, and neither does Jordan. Corey does.
Yeah.
But like I say, our boys are
it seems to be easier, doesn't it? Because they kind of look at Morgan and you can tell that he's got a disability, so they don't question.
Yeah, Morgan don't really get questioned, but like I say, it's all about the understanding. So if we say to Morgan, right, we need to wear a mask, he don't like to, but he will wear it, if that makes sense.
Hello, Katie, by the way, because I heard Katie in the background there.
You okay?
You're all right.
Yeah. So with Morgan, he don't put it on my face.
No, I won't.
I have to knock him out then. So with Morgan, he doesn't like to wear the masks, but we've been quite lucky because a lot of people you can look at Morgan and you can tell that he has got a disability. So they've kind of been okay with him not wearing a mask, haven't they?
It hasn't been.
There'd have to be an absolute dickhead to question it, really, wouldn't they?
Oh yes.
They where was it? We went. Where did we go? Where they did try to say something? Was it the Wave? We went in the Wave and they tried to get everyone to wear a mask at one point.
What was swimming baths?
I'm not.
I can't remember. We walked in somewhere and they were like, "Oh, you can't all be coming in," and we were like, "I know, it's fine." I can't remember now.
I think that when we went before all the restaurants closed down? I think we went for a meal, didn't we?
Yeah, and they were trying to tell us that we had to all wear a mask or we couldn't go in somewhere, and then we had to explain the situation. Yeah. And as soon as you mentioned one thing, they were just like, carry on.
That's okay.
I got a good question here as well. As we're talking, obviously still on the subject of autism at the moment. Actually, why before we ask that question, Katie, how has it made you feel as you're there, seeing the growth of your boys through wrestling and stuff, and how they've grown over the years with everything that's happened?
Wow. Absolutely. Honestly, there's been tears, there's been laughter. I couldn't be more proud of them. Just amazing, honestly. Amazed, to be honest. I never thought that Corey would get to where he has done with the struggles, obviously, that he did have when he was younger. So honestly, it's just amazing.
You can see the actual pride in both of your faces when Corey or even Morgan wrestles. Like you can see it, man.
Yeah, you know what? I've had so many people come over to me and say, you can see how much love you have got for each other as a family. Like, you know, he'll come over and give me a cuddle, any one of them. And they're like, you both close your eyes and give a really tight cuddle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Someone's hoping to get a beer from Simon during Corey's match. You are pissing in the wind. There's no
I remember the one time.
The bar closes.
I remember the one time though. We were at church and I picked up Jordan and he was not happy.
He don't like being in that limelight. Jordan likes to hide away in the background. He likes to be there. He likes the feel of the shows and stuff, but he don't want to be. He likes to leave me alone. I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But actually, like here, when you come to our house, he's a totally different lad, isn't he? Like
the way in which I've seen, like, obviously now when I see him around the shows or down at the training center, he's the same as he is when I'm at home. But like,
yeah.
the more that I've spent time with him, the more he's got to know me, and he's become more confident, more comfortable and stuff. And I've seen that grow within him. Just me personally, when being around him more, like the way in which he interacts and stuff, and the way he's more open and stuff. Like, you know, when we're doing the game nights and stuff, and he's happy to have he joins in here, joins in there, and we're having a great laugh playing the games and stuff. And like, everything. Yeah. Or that the last time where we're playing the games and I was like, I'm taking you down, and he just punches me straight in the sternum with no one noticed. And I'm like, Jesus, where's that came from? I haven't
That's
even
the boy.
But you know, if someone walked in who didn't know us or anyone, wouldn't know anything, in my opinion. I don't think they'd be able to tell anything or see anything, because what's going on is just so natural and so organic that it just like, to anyone else, it would just seem like three normal kids and parents and stuff just having a good time, having a laugh, enjoying themselves, which is what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I think no one can say any more about, you know, how far these lads have grown, and they keep growing, and they're just going to keep on growing as they get older as well. Which leads me on to a question from Coventry Pro Wrestling. It says, and I guess you both can answer it now, you're both here. What does Simon think it is about wrestling that has unlocked the doors in Corey's mind to help him progress as a young man?
Like I said before, it's little things like when Phil turned around and told Corey, when you're speaking to different people, treat it like a promo and stuff like that. You know, little things like that as stuck in Corey's head.
And
so
that thing. Sorry, when it's looking at your head.
Yeah, and like look at the top of the head, because he still at times find it very hard to look in people's eyes and stuff like that, which he does now, which, you know, he finds it hard. It's like, look at the top of the head, no one know no difference. It's the little things. And being part of a family, you know, he feels very welcomed, and we all do when we go down the PC and stuff like that. It's the whole process that Corey has gone through, which has made him the man he is today. You know, which built it made his confidence grow bigger.
And people believing in him.
Yes.
Like when he first started, there was a lot of people that didn't think, what's this kid doing? You know, is he ever going to make it? And then Phil said to him, you are going to make it. Go out there and just kill it.
Yeah.
And he's never looked back. And then obviously when he started doing the training and everything like that, he just felt so welcome. There was no judgment, anything like that. He just felt like everybody else did, and that's all he ever wanted.
He used to go up there on the open sessions, and Corey used to find it hard doing like jumps and stuff. As you know, Nate, as you all three, you know, and everyone just helped him. And, you know, feeling that from everybody has turned him into the man that he is today. There's certain things, like certain situations that he's been put into, and the love and the help from you guys, especially Phil, like I say, has got him through that, which he then, as a person, as he's matured, he's took that away with him. And he can adapt then to different situations, and, you know, something that he would have got from any professional standpoint of occupational therapists and stuff like that. The stuff that he felt and learned up there is something that, like I've said already tonight, is something that we will never forget.
And it's kind of like Simon said earlier, as a family, if one of us are doing something, we all are together. And Corey had that same feeling when he was down there. He was struggling to do his jumping, and everybody just helped him. And it was just like what we would do as a family. And I think from that moment, that was it.
And it was like when he turned, when Phil put him on the shows as the butler, and you know, Scott Oberman, Windsor was there with him every show, guiding him, treating him as one of his own, you know. And the matches that they've had have been absolutely phenomenal, and the bond that they've got, and I've told him myself on many occasions, even though he's not a very good guy, we will eternally be grateful for that guidance and that show of love and compassion from him to help him through such a young Morris. Yeah, that just made him grow, and especially like if you think about it, a 12, 13-year-old lad with autism struggling to look at people, walking out to 150, 200 people with that guidance. If it wasn't for that guidance from him when he was out there, you know, it's just absolutely fantastic. And like I say, he's another person that we can be eternally grateful for.
Yeah, Coventry Pro Wrestling have just put that, actually. Just big props to Scott Oberman for his guidance of Morris.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I just want to say, sorry, carry on, Simon. Carry on. It's your time.
What, Simon? What were we going to say? Simon?
Hello?
I was wait. You thought you carried on. You want to
no. It's not like I say. No, 100%. It was like I say. It was the guidance and the love that he got. Scott took him underneath his wing, and you know, showed him like this is how we've got to do these certain things and so forth. So it was just fantastic, and like I say, we'll be eternally grateful to him.
It was like he just looked at him and they just connected. And it was like he could just read him.
Yeah. He understood him straight away. He understood Corey straight away. So, you know, as a person, he played a massive part too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Agreed. I mean, he must have been just a great learning guide for, I would say, for Corey, for Morris, and obviously he's learned so much from, just like you say, the guidance of Scott Oberman. So,
massively, 100%.
And it's not someone exactly, you know, someone very good to learn from. Is someone like Scott Oberman as well. You know,
but like I say, it weren't just the wrestling side of it. It was like Corey used to be sitting there with him and stuff like that, getting him involved and so forth. It just shown in everything that Corey is, and that the whole process is what's just built Corey as a man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
What a young man he is now today. You know, an absolutely amazing young man today. And what he's turned into. I just want to quickly send my apologies and make an apology to everyone watching and everyone, you guys. I used the word normal, and I shouldn't have used that word there. So I want to apologise for anyone who may have got offended by that, because I always say, and we all say, what is normal? What is normal? No one can classify what is normal, and I shouldn't have said what I said, so I just want to apologise for that, guys.
It is what it is. Don't worry about it, Nathan. It's you.
Hey, I'm always the one.
He'll kick you in the bollocks when he sees you.
Appreciate it. If anyone's
Nathan, it's you, man.
Hey, mate, we all know.
You always mess up, lad. On something, you're going to drop a bollock.
I was about to say, if anyone's going to put their foot in the mouth, it would be me.
Wait, so if you're going to kick him in the bollocks, don't do it unless I'm there, because I really want to see that.
I'll film it for you, Lee, mate, because I'll be holding him.
100%.
But like with Corey,
like I've said all along, autism is just a label. You know, that's all it is. You know what I mean. Everybody is you know different. You are what you are. You know. And like I say, it's just a label. That all it is. It does not stop you doing anything you don't you could do anything you want to do.
That's the best outlook to have, is don't let a disability stop you.
No, 100% not.
You can still
do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to.
That's
The right help and guidance around
That's
you.
it, 100%.
You set your sights on it, you focus on it, like you say about Corey, when it comes to his wrestling. If he could be in that PC 24/7, 7 days a week, he would be there.
If he could put his bed in there, he'd be there.
Yeah,
he'd be there now.
And that's the focus, and the focus of somebody to have that kind of drive and the focus on that one thing. And phenomenal.
Everyone's he's the hardest working guy. I mean, he is. I don't know somebody that works that hard. Is that now? It's got to be just part of his routine for him, hasn't it? It's got to be his thing. Like, because that's, like you said, he would set up camp there, live there if he could.
We said this. I said this, Lee.
Like saying, you're going to be here on training on Thursday, and I was like, hang on a minute, stupid fucking question. Of course, that's
a silly question.
The amount of people that do that go, you're going to be here then, you're going to be here then. And you're just like, why have I just asked that question?
The doors are open and Corey's there.
Well, I said this, as soon as we get, once we get our own unit and stuff and our own place, I guarantee you, Corey's moving out of your house and he's moving in there. He's putting up the bed and everything. He's moving in. Yeah. He's moving in.
He'll be the online security, he'll be at security all night, man. All he'll do is just training.
Fucking rear the ropes overnight.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That'd be it.
I mean, during the warm-up, right, when he runs around the ring, God, people try and keep up with him. They got no chance. I just go, what are you doing? Don't even try it.
The amount of people I've seen try to race him or keep up with him. You're
a fucking road runner.
You'll stop in 3 laps. Hang on, let me just count them. 1. Oh no, yeah, there you go. Now you stopped. Corey's carried on.
It's all when they say you got to jog on the spot and his knees are touching his ears. I'm like, what are you doing, lad?
Absolutely. I see him whenever we were running around for the walk. I'd like grabbing all of his shoulders so he could drag me round like.
The best one is doing the warm-up and Simon trying to stop him from passing. So Corey just starts pushing him faster and he's like, nah, let him go. I ain't keeping his pace.
Me and Simon did that once. It was hilarious, but Corey's like, get out the way.
I think
you know what I mean?
That was the same session I was at, and it all became a thing. I think everyone started working together to try to find a way to block him from getting past.
But no chance.
Question here from Commentary Pro Wrestling. How did Simon from Commentary Pro Wrestling? How did Simon and Katie feel on the morning that Corey was having his first ever match?
Oh wow, that was so. It is a special morning. The feeling was just. It's hard to put into words. The pride, the joy. Especially when he got into the ring to do his match, it was like both me and Katie was holding back the tears, man. It was an amazing feeling, something that we will never forget. It was.
Were you scared?
Yes, all the emotions were joy, everything. Yeah, all in one, mate. It was just like wow. It was just such an amazing feeling, really was. Like I say, I can't put it into words, man. It was just that it was that big.
Yeah, and I mean, what about I know someone who comes to shows as well, apart from you two, who's a big fan of not just wrestling, but obviously Commentary Pro Wrestling, but also of Corey, who is your mum, Simon.
Yes.
What were her? Do you remember what her emotions were like and how she felt on the day, knowing she's going to go watch his first match?
My mum's watched wrestling for years and years and years, and it was kind of like she was all over the place herself. She was scared for him. She was excited. She found it quite hard to watch when he was like getting hit and stuff like that. But as a family, it was kind of the roller coaster of going through the whole journey, it came to that point where he had that match, and it was just like, wow, absolute wow. It was, such a memorable moment for both of us. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it must. I mean, I can't imagine the emotions that must have gone through you that day, and it was a magnificent moment. It is all the time. I mean, the Morris table is just like all the time. There's just noise when Morris is just absolutely just blows the roof off the place all the time.
Yeah, because you know, at the end of the day, he has come such a long way on his journey, and people want to come and watch him and do whatever. I don't know what it's going to be like next week when he's turned quite into a naughty boy, but it's going to be fun.
I mean, actually, so I want to talk about going back onto the stay on the wrestling side of it. So,
would you say the wrestling side of things then come from the love of wrestling, the passion for wrestling comes from your mum then? Because obviously, like you say, she's watched it all her life. Is that where you got into wrestling? Then I take it, maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I used to go on. I remember back from like 10, 11 years old. We used to go to the Bedford Civic Hall and watch Big Daddy and Johnny Haystacks and all them lot at the Bedford Civic Hall on Friday night. I've always loved wrestling. Yeah,
I bet that was awesome.
Wrestling family.
I bet that was amazing. That proper age. I would have loved to have seen Big Daddy like live.
Mate, it was amazing. It was absolutely brilliant.
So right from younger all the way to, you've just been purely definitely a wrestling fan all the way through.
Oh yeah, all our lives. Yeah. My whole family. Except my dad wasn't really that much into it, but the rest of us, we loved it.
Has it been sort of? I mean, obviously a lot of us have got into like WWE. Is it just WWE, or do you just generally whatever's on wrestling? So world of sport and stuff like that. Was that on as well?
My mum watches everything.
Yeah.
If it's wrestling on the telly, that's it. She's watching it. It doesn't matter where it's from, like what promotion it is. She'll watch it. She's a hardcore wrestling fan, and that's it. Myself, it's I watch a bit of WWE. But I'm at the minute, I'm loving CPW On Demand.
Absolutely.
I love it.
On demand, absolutely.
Yeah.
On demand.
I'm always on it, watching it.
Yeah, it is great to see it back and watch some of the old stuff that we've done. I've had to do that. I mean, obviously, some of the guests that we've had on, so I've had to watch some of the old matches that we've done over the years just to get a bit to know what these matches were like. And it's great to watch them. Some of the old stuff that we've done before or previously.
Definitely, mate. Yeah, it's been a good old journey, ain't it? There.
I mean, I want to talk about your journey. Like Nathan said, how important you are to CPW and to wrestling.
Thank you.
So you obviously Kate. First, you were a fan. So what brought you in inside, other side of the fence? What brought you in to CPW? How did that work? How did that come about?
Well, so like I say, we found the training school. I spoke to Phil, and we instantly connected. So, like with all my boys, I wanted to be a massive part of their journey. Like any parent does, whether it's football or anything like that. I just wanted to be part of his journey. So, so that's when we started talking. I started helping out and so forth, and it just escalated from there.
Yeah, I mean, Commentary Pro Wrestling says, "Can you tell us the breeze block and picking up the ring story?"
Right. So this is what happened. We're doing a show. Everything's going great. So I'm there, and I had a fag all night. So I was like, right, I'm going to nip out for a fag. So I've gone out for a fag. Next thing I know, someone's coming up to me. You better get back in there. The ring's broke. I looked at them like, are you having me on? Do you know what I mean? And I ran back in, and it's actually snapped in the middle. So we've got a load of breeze blocks. We've propped the ring up. So, the show can carry on. Do you know what I mean? And fair play to all the guys and all the boys. They just, the girls and boys, they just carried on with the show with this ring propped up by breeze blocks. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'll always remember that night because it was my first ever CPW show, my debut show, and I was meant to be under that ring.
Yeah, I remember.
Nathan.
I remember that because my mum was at that show, and obviously she saw you were putting the breeze box under the ring, and obviously she was just like, "You are not continuing with the show, are you, Dale?" I was like,
yeah, of course not. Of course not.
I was just like, the show's got to go on. She's like, "It bloody does not."
It was absolutely amazing because, like, some of the fans got involved as well, and like, everybody just got into. Everybody got into it. Do you know what I mean? And the fans were helping, and we propped up. It was like a little wall underneath the ring. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
I could tell you one thing that ring would have been after that: stiff.
Yeah, Commentary Pro Wrestling let's put the other breeze box story. Come on, site.
Right, so, so what it was, so Phil was having a match, and I think it was with Dan Evans.
Yeah.
I think it was with Dan Evans. So one of their spots was that I think Phil, I don't know which way he was going to go around, was going to smash a bleed block over his head.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
remember
this idea, if I made something with a spike on it, and that will do the trick. So I've made it, we've gone down and we've put the ring up, and we're like, we better try this out then. So here I am with this spike on my head like this. So Phil's come up with this bleed block and gone, "Dunk, it didn't work," and nearly killed me, man.
What? So hang
what
on.
you basically saying is it hit you in the head with a bleed block.
So hang on. You created
but no, it just cracks you right on the nut.
Yeah. It was like, it didn't work, it just didn't happen. It didn't break.
So you got the idea to create a spike, and he got the idea that we'll smash it on your head, and you were like, "Let's go for this." And then he basically just smashed you on the head with a breeze box. Like, well, what was you thinking when you were like,
"It was going to work or not, man?
I'm going to be the guinea pig on this one. This is a smart idea."
You see. But yeah, that was quite a good story. Yeah. So
you
we
woke up
soon
one day.
realised it did not work.
You woke up.
Don't try this at home.
I feel like you woke up that morning going, "You know what I feel like today? I feel like I should have a breeze box smashed on my head. My dreams will all come true."
Yeah, it was quite funny, man.
Oh dearie me.
So I think they'd missed that spot out on the show. I think they didn't. But yeah,
he smashed it on the railings. Oh, he smashed it on.
That's
Dan
right.
Evans'
Yeah, off the railings. Yeah.
Head and railings. It was. I'm surprised Dan Evans.
That's
Dan
the
Evans
one.
I think he just missed-
Into Simon's head and onto the railings. Yeah, but again, so we're talking about you. I say getting involved with CPW. Like you said about getting involved. So when it comes to actually putting the ring on, being the man who is the ring general, who is the man that was not for you, there would be no CPW because we would have no ring up. So come on, and so how did you think, right, I'm going to get involved in that side of things, actually getting involved with the ring itself?
It was kind of what happened was, so me and Phil were talking away, and we were like, right, we need to get our own ring. So a ring popped up from somewhere. Phil found the ring or something like that. So we decided, right, let's go and get this ring. So can you remember my silver Tornado van?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
So we decided to drive up to Liverpool in the van to pick up the ring.
Right.
So we've gone up there, and we got meted by this giant man. I think I came up to his kneecaps. This geezer was huge, man. Wow. He was like picking up the bars, and we all know how heavy them bars are, on his own and just putting them on the roof, man. He was like, there you go, lads. This geezer was huge, man. So we're driving back down the motorway, and we hear this like tapping, like do 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 do. Then it stopped, and then we carried on going. Then it's getting louder and louder and louder. I thought, what the hell is this? So I pulled over on the other shoulder, and we didn't tie the straps down properly, so the metal was just everywhere. You know what I mean? So, like, how the hell it didn't come off the van, I don't know. It was absolutely... So, yeah, we got the ring, and then I just put it up, and that was it. I just carried on doing it. And that's how that all come about.
You see, now you've got a system now. Now, how we put the ring on the van. How long did it take you to get that system?
Wow, mate. Can you remember the white man? I had to call the front seal, man, just to get it in.
Yes.
Don't get
and then trying to get it in the right area was
yeah, it wouldn't fit.
No, changing gear. I remember me and Phil was sitting at the highway club, and we were about to drive the van, and then then one of the bars was stuck on the gear stick, and Phil couldn't change gear.
It's right.
I remember
I can't reverse the new van. I can never reverse it. I'm like, I don't get it. How do I go to reverse? I told Simon about the other week when we got in the new van. I parked it up, and I couldn't reverse it. Dad to reverse it, so I had to get Connors, and Tom to push the van backwards just so I could go forwards out of the car park. I didn't know how to reverse it. I was like, lad, we got to push this van backwards so I can drive off.
But yeah, that's how basically we got a ring, and then we just started putting it up, and then, you know, that's how it started. Wow, man.
Hey, party time.
Oh.
See, this is what I've got to put up with. Get out of it, man. Wow, absolutely wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that all come about.
I've had the privilege of probably being involved a lot in helping with the ring put ups and the ring put downs and getting the ring in the van and stuff. And amount of times that we're doing stuff, and Simon just starts whispering in my ears because he's raging and about to like lose his shit. And he's like, I want to fucking hit someone in a minute, Nathan. I'm going outside. I'm going to take a cigarette, take over. And he's just getting angry and stuff. Or like we would like get frustrated because we'd go in the mornings to the Henley Green Centre and put the ring up. And it would just be me, Simon, and maybe one other person helping at the time. And then we'd get to the evening and have everyone help us put it down. And we're like, how is it taking longer? What is going on?
He was so frustrated. I was like, what the fucking hell's going on here, man? You're all lazy.
I remember in Leicester, we were doing the show in Leicester, remember? And we were also doing the market stuff as well. So we left putting up the ring to Nathan here. Hey. Oh my goodness! You remember, Simon? We were sitting there.
Yes, I did. And he put the poles on the wrong way, man. All the poles left.
I put the poles on upside down. By the way, I did get everyone to double check it. I was like, "Is this right?" And everyone goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, then."
Wait, mate. If you were in charge, bro. If you were in charge,
still my fault. Yeah, I take full responsibility for putting the poles on upside down. I didn't know I'd done it. I didn't know I'd done it because I was adamant they were the right way round, but then it turns out they weren't.
Simon, like CPW says, how about the Nathan in Mr. Richards' office story?
Oh,
yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
This is funny, man.
I'll let you explain this one.
Basically, what happened was he promised Corey to go out training on the open session.
Was it?
Right?
No, it wasn't that.
It was, man. You said you were going to go up and help him with some moves.
Oh, I thought it was after I made the comment on Facebook.
No.
Oh.
You don't want to go through that story, do you, Nate?
Yes, you could do that story as well.
Whatever you want, mate. Whatever you want.
I thought it is the same. It's the same story, ain't it? It's the
You
same
can do that story as well, Simon, man. You do
Which
that,
story
man.
are you on about? I don't know.
So Nathan, so basically what happened was, you said to Corey, we'll meet up at the BC and I'll help you go through some moves. So something happened and he can meet up with him. So Phil said to me, right, let's have him now, right? I says, oh, okay then. So Phil was in a match and he needed a knuckle duster. So I brought him up a knuckle duster, but he was had like a big knife on the end of it. He goes, I can't use that, man. I'll chop people up. So I was like, all right, okay then. So Phil said to Nathan, he was like, all right, Nathan, can I have a word to you in the office? So Nathan's come in and said to him, why didn't you meet Corey up the BC? I think it was on a Wednesday. And Nathan's like, you what? And then I pulled this knife out on him.
By the way, he doesn't just pull the knife out on me. He doesn't just pull the knife out on me.
He was going to piss himself, man.
And I
couldn't contain myself, and I just started laughing. He shit himself.
He doesn't just pull the knife out of me, right? It starts off with both Mr. Richards and Simon bashing me balls, like basically giving me shit, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, I'm really sorry. Next thing, obviously, the knuckle duster comes out, and it's like here in my face, like at my throat, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like I look like I'm pretty much sure I maybe almost pissed myself and shit myself, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. By the way, Mr. Richards hasn't cracked. He's still like he's still like, I'm like,
so funny.
I'm about to get killed here. And I'm still like, I'm really sorry, I'm so sorry. Like I'm shaking now. And as I start shaking, that's where Simon just loses it and he starts giggling.
I just couldn't contain myself no longer, man. I hold it on so much.
And then Mr. Richards takes over, just grabs the knife and he's like, you think we're joking, do ya? And then Simon's laughing so much that Mr. Richards can't keep it together. So Mr. Richards starts laughing, and then I slowly start understanding that this may be a slight joke or rib on me. But I've still shut myself. I'm still like terrified. I still know what's going on. And like,
you didn't know what was going on, man.
And those two just continue, just absolutely giggling like.
There was a puddle on the floor.
And then the best bit is then. And then Mr. Richards then goes, Simon, you ruined it all. Because he's like, we could have really got him. We could have really got him. I was like, what do you mean you could have really got me? Like, how far was he willing to go? Funny. In my head was like, how far was he willing to go with this joke? Like, was it actually going to get stabbed as part of the joke? Like, lol.
Chop your nose off.
Lol.
Mate, you were gonna get fucking circumcised, mate. I'm telling you.
I don't want to know what would have happened if they just carried it going. How long it would have gone for.
Oh dear.
Mate, Mr. Richards is like when he's coming. I remember when all those lads at the Haggard were fucking around there giving it large. Like they went over to the bus stop. And me and Will went over, just to make sure they didn't come back. And they kept giving it lit back. Phil was on his fucking crutches, yeah? But he's coming over like that. As soon as he comes over and says one word, honestly, they all shit themselves. They're all like...
You wouldn't... Honestly, the amount of times that these two have got me, though. These two get me all the time.
You're so easy, man.
The amount of times they'll say stuff or they'll do stuff towards me, and I'm like, sorry, or I'm like, yeah, I didn't mean to and stuff. And they're like, Nathan, we're joking. I was like, I don't know. All right, just leave me alone.
Leave me alone, Simon.
I just want my mum and I want to go home. I just want my mum and I want to go home. Leave me alone.
Funny, man.
I was talking about obviously doing the ring and everything like that. We've got a really good question from Niall actually earlier on tonight, and I wanted to.
Yeah, you got to scroll down quite a lot to get hold of that one.
I found it. Don't you worry. I've been sat on it for ages. That's not the question. That was what he said earlier. Where's the question? I wasn't at it, was he? Here it is. He put here. Come
on, then.
What's the biggest problem you've had to deal with during a CPW live show, and how do you deal with the pressure of repairing the ring against the clock?
I'll just do it. The biggest problem was when the ring broke.
Yeah.
And like I said, the CPW family, everyone just like jumped in. Like I say, we had fans coming and helping, everybody helping, you know. So you just get on it and just do it. You know what I mean?
Was that the time when you propped up with Breeze Block? Was that the time that Tom Lindsay injured his shoulder?
Yes. Yeah, it was them that went through the ring. I mean, I don't think they had broken the ring. I think it had already broken.
Yeah, that was the match that was taking place.
Right.
So basically, what happened was there's legs, as you all know, that go on the ring, and one of the bolts had come out, so which made it weak on that corner. So as the light's gone, it's got weaker and weaker and weaker. They must have done something and gone badoosh. The whole ring's gone, man.
Yeah, it just went one side. It went. Poof.
Yeah, it just collapsed.
I couldn't imagine
that's probably
happening. I'd shit myself, I tell you. Imagine you take a slam or something, and then that happens. I would honestly cake it. I mean, oh no, the world's ending. Fucking hell.
But yeah, you, with the pressure, I don't really feel that sort of pressure. It's just get on it, get it done, and that's it basically. I've always.
Because obviously we've had some issues as well, you know, with our sort of rope system, especially when we got new ropes in. And I remember that there was time when I was holding onto the rope, waiting for you to come and get it while a match is taking place. I don't what I'm supposed to be doing. Simon, you need to grab hold of this.
So that was when we had the old hooks.
Yeah.
Converted it now to the turnbuckles, which is so much better.
So much better,
But then we've got the new ropes.
It's the amount of balls we've gone through.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god, yeah. I reckon it's Corey when he does that jumping, man. I kept telling him stop jumping up and down on them boards, man. But
every time anything's happened, you jump straight on it and you sort it out. And anyone pissing about, you kick them straight up the arse and you tell them what to do. And that's why you know you're integral in CPW, mate. You are.
Thank you.
Absolutely, for sure.
No, I'm always the person that, like I say, done so much for CPW, and like I say, still making sure that everything works properly. Like I say, the ring and
100%, and it's like it's like I say, it's for my boys, but it's for everybody. You know what I mean?
Saying that.
You know, it's to help everybody to have something and to, you know, like I say, what wrestling, what CPW have done for my boys, we've helped so many different people over the years. So it's for the future, and you know, that's what it's all about for me. Is helping people and pushing it forward and keeping it going.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
We've got a question here from Shannon, who says, favorite thing about CPW and the CPW Galaxy?
The favorite, it's the family feel. The whole family feel. It's like, it's the whole family feel of it. Seeing my boy in that ring, both my boys now in that ring, is just there's no feeling that is better than their journeys and their journeys that they've come from and what they're doing. To seeing them in the ring performing, it's just wow. And the family feel, like the Galaxy, it's all one big family.
Yeah,
you know, and there's nothing else out there that can beat that.
Definitely agree.
Yeah, like I say, I think absolutely what you're saying. The family feel of CPW is just phenomenal.
Nothing. It is absolutely one big family, from the talent to fans. It's one big family. So, you know, it's an amazing feeling. Everybody's happy. Everybody's It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to go into one that's happened actually quite recently called Ketchup Gate. I want to get into that. Come on, Simon, tell us all about it, man.
But you want to be talking to Taco now, man. Not.
Maybe I'm sure he gave you a few pointers before you came on and told you what it was about.
We know, your boy. We know you and Taco have got that private line between you. Yes.
How did it come Ketchup Gate? What happened?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where was that?
Right. So basically, me and Phil were chatting away, and it was bringing the entertainment side to it. So we didn't say nothing to nobody. So I got some wraps, put a load of chili and tomato ketchup and stuff, and we didn't say nothing. We put it behind the staging, and that was our weapon. And the Winter Dynasty got it in full action.
You nearly blinded.
They got tacoed. Hey,
you nearly blinded James Cross. You destroyed the Winters. I mean,
I don't entirely think James Cross was actually the actual target, though. Was he? Was that right? Was that right, Simon?
Of course he was.
All three of them.
Well, not the main target.
No. Dominic de Winter, he kept on being quite nasty to Taco. So, Taco decided that it's time he got it. He kept on interfering.
I heard. Sorry, Lee, go on.
As he tried to send through any dry cleaning bills for it.
Because Taco would tell him to go and shove him up his ass.
I heard a rumor that there was some crying backstage from the Dynasty. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, crying like babies, man.
I mean, that might have been some chili sauce in their eye, though, mate. You know what I mean?
No, they were crying like little bitches.
Crying like babies, man. Bit of tomato ketchup, bit of chili. You got tacoed. And that was it. And they didn't know nothing about it either, so that was even better. It was funny, man.
Coventry Pro Wrestling put RIP suit.
RIP. Say a prayer for it.
The suit was covered. I was seriously covered in like all sorts.
Honestly,
I think he got the big taco, so he should be happy that he got that taco. He got the biggest one out of the lot.
Oh, he certainly did.
That's more of an honour, ain't it?
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
I wanted a privilege. It should be.
Put effort into that one.
Yeah. He got the first one as well.
We're talking about wrestling, and obviously there's a question we ask every week to our guests, and there's probably no one better right now to ask this question to, someone who's been around for such a long time. Yeah. What would be your CPW Mount Rushmore?
Okay. Well, very easy. Very, very easy, Mount Rushmore. He's the one that puts all this together. What he actually does and what he's done for me and my family, 100%. My second one would be Dale. Like I say, he's the glue. He does so much behind the scenes. If it wasn't for him, like I say, another one that keeps CPW together.
I'm just another cog, mate. I'm just another cog, mate.
No, you're more than just a cog, man. You're the golden cog, then.
That's what I'm going to get called from now on. The golden cog.
You're a golden cog, man.
Golden cog.
I'm glad you said cog as well.
I'm saying that when I'm pissed, mate. We both know what's going to happen.
We do know. We did not say it.
No.
It's all right. Already changed it. I've already changed it.
And then obviously, Corey, he's the hardest worker. I know everything that boy has done within CPW has all been through him.
Yeah.
He's worked so hard, overcome so much. So definitely. And then the fourth one has definitely got to be Morgan. He is a natural performer. So yeah, he's a natural performer. He works so hard. He's like a sponge. You tell it once, and then that's it. He knows it.
The brain, the memory on that lad is phenomenal. Like the stuff, like I'm obviously doing training and stuff. I'll say something, and he'll remember it. And like you're asking questions, and he's remembered everything. And the way in which he remembers stuff, I'm just like, fair play.
Because we were supposed to, before we went into lockdown, we were supposed to do the Superstar show.
Yes.
And we had quite a while off, and then when we come back, he had to go through it, and none of us could remember. Morgan, how do we do? Bam! He knew it straight away, man. I tell you, that lad. He's my memory. So,
I remember stood there.
I've heard him going through matches backstage. He just like bang, 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 bang. I forget shit all the time in matches. I've got to be like,
mate, tell me about it.
What's next, mate? What's next? But like, he's just like, and that's incredible to see.
Both Corey and him have got good memories.
Oh, Corey. I mean,
oh yeah, he's the one.
Magnificent.
Corey's usually one that I'm saying, what's next, bro? You know what I mean? So that's...
I can't argue that Mount Rushmore tour. That Mount Rushmore is, like I say, again, another Mount Rushmore that has all the right reasons for it. Why should now that you've mentioned Corey and you mentioned Morgan there, we're going to move on. And as we started this show about family and how family is the most important thing with you,
Definitely.
The best way to finish this is talking about family again and coming back to family full circle, because it's a circle of life when it comes to family. How was the feeling? How was that moment when you had that ability to not just share the ring, but wrestle in the ring with your two boys?
Wow, it was something that you only dream of. Actually, me wrestling in the ring, I said right from the start, no. But
yes, you did.
I did for years, and then actually doing it and sharing the ring with my two boys, my tag partners. Wow, it's something that you only dream of. And that dream came true, and it was just a memory that will stay with me for a lifetime. It will never go away. It was such a I'm getting all choked up now, man. It's just wow. I can't.
Quick question is:
you're all ready to go out backstage, and then when you go, like, it's an amazing thing to see, man.
Wow.
I love it.
It is.
I remember watching it, and it gave me goosebumps just seeing all three of them just sort of come out together, and that, like, and the smiles on Morgan's face, the smile on
oh my god,
on Corey's face, like they were so happy to have that moment, but also, like you say, you could just see like all three of you being together. Is Katie still there in the background?
No, she's gone now.
Yeah. I was going to ask how do you know how Katie felt on that night when she saw her boys?
I'll go and get her. Don't worry, man. She ain't getting out of this one.
That must have been special for her, I guess, when she saw that.
Massively. Do you know what, mate? At the end of that match, and I cuddled all three of them, both my boys, and that was when it was like,
yeah, because you got Jordan in, didn't you, as well?
The tears were nearly coming, man. I was like, wow.
What about having the ability to, obviously, in more recent days, actually sharing the ring with Morris on the other side, though? How's that been?
Still an amazing feeling. I'm still sharing the ring with my boy, even though he's gone dark and he's kicking seven shades shit out of me. It's still an honor to spend to have that time in the ring with him and spend, because it's all about having that moment.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Having that moment where I suppose wouldn't say a very good moment, but it's still a moment. Do you know what I mean?
I reckon. Listen, I said to Lee, training a couple of weeks ago, I bet but Morgan was in there with Corey. Was like, I bet these do it every single night. That the ring out the back.
Oh yeah.
Throw each other around that ring, and they get Simon out there. And I bet they throw him around the ring as much as possible.
I was Corey's guinea pig when he was going up through the ranks. I was his guinea pig.
You try and pull it off moves, on your like first, second try, moves that guys that have been wrestling for years can't do still, pull it off like moves, and I've seen a video of your second try of a moonsault, and I was like, fuck off.
Thank you.
It was perfect.
Do you know what? It's all about having no fear, man. Just go and do it. I'm one of them people. If you're going to do something, you put 150% into it and just go and do it. If it goes all wrong, goes tits up, it goes tits up, man.
Point proven, the bouncy castle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just dived on you. I've never done that before. Just dived on you. There you go.
These guys don't know what we're on about. So when we were putting the ring up at the Henley Green Community Centre, we'd put the barricades around the ring, and someone went, "Oh, what would be a cool idea if someone was on the ring apron, then stepped onto the railing, then cross-bodied someone onto the bouncy castle?" And I was like, "That's possible." And I was like, "I'll give it a go." And I was like, "No, this is way too sketchy. I'm going to hurt myself stepping onto the railing, so it's going to collapse or something." And then Simon goes, "Oh no, it's easy. You just got to go for it." Jumps up onto the apron. I stand next to the castle. He stands onto the railing, just cross bodies me onto the castle. He was like, "I told you it was easy." And I was like crazy.
Right, Katie's in now, so you can ask her that question.
Katie, so I was asking Simon, we're talking about Simon when he shared the ring with Morgan and Corey for the first time, and they shared the ring. What was the emotion that went through you when you saw your husband and two boys sharing that ring and forming in the ring?
Wow. I just cried inside out. It was just every emotion that you can ever think of. I was just so emotional. People were coming up to me like, "Wow, you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I've got to go and have a moment." I went outside and had a fag after I'd been and given them a cuddle. Went outside and had a fag. So, yeah, it was just amazing. Like every emotion you can think of.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. And I guess like every time you get to see them now in the ring, like all three of them together, like is that a big sense of pride that you get? Obviously, seeing them doing that every time now together.
Yeah, definitely is. Especially with Morgan and Corey, the troubles that they've had, how hard they've found it. To every single time, even now with Corey, watching them both going in is every time it's like the first time, to be fair, because of the struggles that they have. It's just honestly every time it's just like the first time.
Yeah. No,
with Simon, do you ever get seeing some of the crazy moves that Simon has done in the past? Have you ever your heart's in your throat sort of thing? Do you ever get scared seeing the shit that he does, or do you just think, fuck it, if he hurts himself, he hurts himself?
So he told me before, the ladder part that he was doing. He said to me, "I'm thinking of doing this move," and I went, No, that's not a good idea. And he was like, "No, okay, then I won't do it, darling." And then I seen him doing it on the telly. I was like, "Okay, you little bastard."
Sometimes you have to do it, man.
I guess Simon enjoyed the couch that night. I'm coming upstairs now. No, you're not, mate. You can sleep where the ladders are in the garden.
After that match, my man needed a bed. I mean, shit. That was
he needed one, Lee, but he didn't get one.
I tell him all the time, he's just naturally talented at what he does. Literally, you show him a move and he'll just do it. He's so talented.
Oh, we've said that before. Like, the amount of times we're like, he's showing people up. He's showing people up that have been doing this for ages. Like, come on, like it's insane. Like they say, the ability he has.
When
and it's
just move. I'm like, no, you bastard.
It's that no fear.
Thank you.
Literally.
It goes down to that no fear attitude. You know what I mean? No fear. Just got to brave it.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. I look at it like, if you're gonna do it, man. Just do it. You've got to give it 150%.
Going back to like the autism thing with the boys, we've always said to them, you know, don't let this stop you. You know, together we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
So he's kind of got that in himself now. So he's like, I want to do that move. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing stopping him. He just goes out there and he just does it. And if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. But he'll keep trying until he gets it right.
And I guess the boys seeing him just doing it and giving it a go and going for it gives them that more belief and confidence. Say, look, if my dad's doing it, my dad's proving a point and showing us just to go for something.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it as well.
Exactly. They look up to him, and he's done an amazing job because you couldn't ask for a better bloke for them to look up to.
Oh no, 100%
not.
You know, in every way, like no giving up with whatever he does. But he is a really good role model to the boys. I couldn't ask for a better husband for my sons to look up to.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
You know what? I think
I can be nice sometimes.
He is one of the bravest people I've ever met in my life. Because some of the stuff you do, I never would have done ever. So you are so brave. It's just unbelievable. Honestly,
thank you.
I have so much respect for you.
I think on that, on those kind words and on that nice feeling is probably the best way to end this show tonight. You know, talking about family all night and stuff, to end it on that kind of positive note there, and the love shown there from Katie to you and the family and the boys, and
thank you.
Your love to the boys is the best way to end this show. But as always, before we do end the show, we like to get a message from our guests. What's your message to, first of all, the CPW Galaxy? I know you, Simon. What's your message to all those haters and all those people that got something to say?
Darling, don't pull a Mooney.
You arsehole!
He's after the watershed. Do it.
Dale, are you
now it's all gone.
Dale, are you wanting to? Is that Dale? Are you just saying there you want to see Simon's arse? You're okay?
Nathan, you've got issues, mate.
Mate, you said it, not me. You're the one that said get it out.
Hey, listen.
Just say it.
Hey, listen. He's a you know, I never said I want to see it, but if he wants to do it, let him do it.
Like, well, to the CPW Galaxy, you know, we're back on Saturday. It's going to be so good to see everybody. And the 22nd at the
Stoke Heath Community
Centre. So, yeah, we're back on Saturday. We're back on track now. So just can't wait to see everybody. And, you know, that's it. And for all the haters out there, what they need to remember is they need to stay in their fucking lanes. And, you know, you come out your lane, you're going to get pushed back into your lane. So stay in your lanes. Because, trust, you want to stay in your lanes because you don't want to come out no more.
Exactly.
And that's all I've got to say on that matter.
Nah, we'll leave it on that. Couldn't say any better. We couldn't say any better ourselves. And you are right, Simon. We are back this Saturday, May the 22nd, with no retreat and no surrender. Live at the Stoke Heath Community Centre. As mentioned earlier on the night, the Reload pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view before we come back to you, the Galaxy, is available to rent from tomorrow and available on demand from Wednesday. As stated, this Saturday, though, we have got some awesome matches already lined up. We have Will Starr versus Alex Connors for the CPW Heavyweight Championship. We have a women's tag match. The golden ticket holder, Emma Cross, tagging with Alfie versus Kat Von Cage and the CPW Women's Champion, Shorty. And we also have CPW Lineal Women's Champion, Kiara, in action against the returning Hardy Harris. And then we have Niall Fairchild, the New Blood Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, going against the number one contender himself, Leighton Sims. And exclusively announced on this show tonight, Morris will be in action against a huge returning icon, We're excited for this Saturday. There's going to be some more matches as well, so look out for those announcements. We did say earlier the match after the show would be...
people. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Huge.
I did make an announcement earlier. The match after this show would be Kurt Pliskin versus Danny Dingo Doherty. However, that has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I have been told that match has now changed. And the match now after this show will be the 6-man tag main event from New Blood Wrestling episode 15, which was Morris and the... Right. On one side, we had Triple M and Team CCC versus Morris and I think it was the Coalition.
Coalition.
It was the Coalition.
There we go.
It was the Coalition. I knew it was, and I doubted myself there. But yeah, the match now will be 6-man.
You need to check your facts, Nate, before you start talking, man.
I've done a Dale. I've got me facts.
I get
I wouldn't have that, mate.
I'll tell you.
It's
This
true,
agreement
though.
between me and him, sorry, man.
Do you know what I mean? You want to kick him in the bollocks.
Hey,
Hang on, that's now like the third person that's kicking me in the bollocks now.
Hey, you're not going to be able to have no kids by the end of this.
Hey, good job I'm single, innit?
There's going to be a couple of people.
Good job I'm single.
Oh, dear.
But yeah,
the
match now will be the 6-man tag main event, the Coalition and Morris versus Team CCC and Mighty Morgan Morris. So stay around to make sure you watch that. Remember, there are not many tickets left for this Saturday. Ringside is sold out. There's only a handful of tickets left, so make sure you get online at www.commentaryprowrestling.co.uk to purchase your tickets this Saturday. You do not want to miss out.
Do not want to miss it.
If you
guys,
do miss out,
don't want to miss that one, man. You've got to be there.
You do want to be there. But if you do miss out, remember you can get tickets very shortly for the next show, which be the Night of the Lioness 2. So make sure you get your tickets done as well, because those two shows guarantee to be a not.
Tickets are going to fly out.
Tickets are going to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, this has been Talking Madness. We've enjoyed tonight. We've had an amazing chat with Simon, Hall of Fame Simon. We've even been joined by the Hall of Famer Katie, so we appreciate her taking time out to join us tonight. Simon, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
We thank you for joining us, and we can't wait for what happens now in the future. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have been the Talking Madness crew. I have been your host, Nathan Lewis, joined by my co-host, Lee Simmons and Dal Richardson. We've enjoyed tonight. I hope you've enjoyed tonight and learned a lot.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a pleasure. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on Saturday, Galaxy.
See you soon, Galaxy.
Saturday.
Triple M, Mighty Morgan Morris. Yeah, look at him. He's ready for a fight. Yes. After last week's match where he got cussed, he got cheated out of the title of the Academy Championship. Yes.
Absolutely. Morgan Morris looks like he wants to get a hold of little Charlie. And I don't blame him. Hollis better watch his back as well. He's the one that screwed Morgan out of that Academy Championship last week.
Come on, Brett. I mean, Dal's got his hands full here trying to work out what to do.
Come on! It's a tequila party over here!
Unbiased commentary this time from both of you.
Okay, Alex Connors is rubbish, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
Of course. We've talked about Morgan's history with Taco, and obviously Morgan Morris never dimensioned this match, but we've already seen Morris earlier here tonight, here on commentary with us. for the Leighton Sims match. So here he is popping up again, showing his face here in this match. Like you said, a good fighter. He really doesn't care.
And obviously Apollo's in that match. Apollo versus Leighton Sims, where Morris came out and Morris sort of made himself known in that match. And we've got
made himself known, yeah. He brutally attacked Eli Connors.
And here we are, underway, 6-man tag.
Taco and Morris starting this match out. Conor and Aldo Lockup.
Original members of
Morris Inc.
Morris Incorporated, the original members here of Morris Incorporated.
Nice roll through from the wrist lock there from Taco.
Beautiful wrist lock reversals into the hammerlock.
Nice. Nice. I mean, he's a veteran. He's getting out. He's a CPW superstar. Look like he was getting out wrestled there for a minute by Taco.
Not very often you see Morris get out wrestled.
Absolutely not.
Here at CPW.
Morris still got hold of that wrist though off Taco. Switches it back under.
And now he's in control. This is where you don't want to be. He's in the under the thumb of Morris. He is now a different monster, and he's not afraid to hurt you. He's got a takeover there.
Taco needs to watch those shoulders. Dale checking them. He says they're not down. But once again, running his mouth.
Again, what he said, speak American.
I try not to focus on him. I'm out here, as always, trying to be as professional as I can. Calling this match as Morris is backed up into a corner and pushes Taco out. And through. Points on that Japanese arm drag.
And a second Japanese arm drag from Taco. We call it a Spanish sensation, but he knows how to wrestle Japanese. And he always has dirty knees.
He's keeping a hold of that wrist now. He's got control of it. As Lucha comes off with a double X-hander off the top rope.
Now Lucha in control.
Good teamwork here. Lucha goes straight back to the same hold Taco had just now. That wrist lock. Next joint manipulation. Flipping Morris. Making him do a 360 there. Also in control of that wrist.
Everything that comes out tonight, obviously we're only 3 days away from Rio pay-per-view, so we've got to remember, stuff that goes down on here tonight is going to have an impact on what happens at Rio. Like to see the tag teams in action there at the Rio pay-per-view.
Absolutely, we've seen things heating up here tonight. Obviously, the tension in the air is always huge when we're just days away from CPW pay-per-view.
No, he missed it.
Back footed there. We saw one great tag team from the tag team champions, but that one right there just backfired.
Lucha, well pressed his own partner.
Oh, no, Little Charlie's in the ring.
Mike Morgan Morris asking for... Yes!
C. You're supposed to say C.
Oh, C.
They don't understand yes. And here he is, Mike Morgan in the ring. We've got a rematch from last week.
And there we go, Mike Morgan Morris. He wants that payback from what happened to him. And again, you see it's intimidating Charlie and pushing Charlie again. Showing he is the stronger man. And he misses with the clothesline. And a shoulder tackle missed.
Charlie really needs to get what's coming to him. And I hope Mike Morgan gives it to him.
A great tackle from Mike Morgan Morris. Again. Mike Morgan Morris, the bigger man in the match, and big forearms, and he comes running in with a big splash.
Yes! Yeah!
And that's how you turn Charlie into a pancake.
Flat like a cake!
Absolutely, what's he going for here? A choke slam. He's getting a choke slam. And a choke slam. There you go. What's he going for here? Splash. No. I thought he was going to go for that splash there.
But this time, of course, that's Mike Morgan Morris is going that.
Of course, that splash is what he missed last week. That cost him that Academy Championship.
What's this we hear? We hear them talking, their family, he's saying they're brothers. And Mike Morgan Morris having none of it, sticking up for his dad. And quick elbow from...
Well, hold on a minute. That needs to turn round. First of all, Morris punched Morgan in the eyes.
So we have heard, Will, that at Reload pay-per-view we're going to have Morris versus Leighton Sims, which has come out of what happened earlier on in the evening. So, you know, Reload pay-per-view this Friday is going to feature that match, Morris versus Leighton Sims. That's the match I'm excited for.
This is what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that match. I mean, we've seen Leighton Sims pick up a big win just last week over Morris. And of course, Morris attacking Eli earlier tonight. So, I mean, like you said, we've got that match already signed off. And I'm blocking the punch of Marty Morris, blocking the punches here. He's a stronger brother, he said. Big forearms. And now that's splash from Marty Morris. But a whip from Morris here. Oh, there's too many Morrises, I'm getting confused. Well, one's Marty and one's
Morris.
Just Morris.
Yes, he's got a bit of chokeslam.
Chokeslam, is he going to hit on? No, Morris, no. Aldo, and a second. Made that 3.
Lucha tags in.
Yeah, 2 tags.
To the face of those corners.
That was too fast for me to keep up there. No switching reversals.
His dedication,
well, there's a spine buster. That's something I can call.
Beautiful spine buster.
Basti the tequila.
He just seems to do the Latino theme, which is a big homage to Eddie Guerrero. Oh, we've seen this. This is for the CPW Galaxy. It is the tequila elbow in favour of his best mate, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And here he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is Alex Collins awake? What's it?
10. Alex Collins is awake again.
He's up.
What are you doing? I'm really good.
Big kick. And the drink of tequila elbow. And that's what you do when you're Dwayne Johnson's best friend.
Oh, the tequila amigos.
Here he's set up a suplex. No, blocked by Alex Collins. Blocked again. Big high angle neck breaker.
I'll tell you what, I felt that brain bust down to the knee. And it does a lot of damage to the neck.
Morris tagged in.
Right hands, right to the temple of Lucha there. As we were talking about earlier, Morris and Leighton Sims are going to go one-on-one this Friday at Reload. And I hope Leighton Sims is listening to this, because I'm going to announce it right now, Nathan. Morris versus Leighton Sims is going to be for the #1 contenders for the Movement Championship, North Fairchild's Movement Championship.
Suplex there. Oh, Fishman's.
Morris staying on top of Lucha.
Yeah, and obviously this match does have a 20-minute time limit to it. Here in CPW.
This is the main event.
This is the main event for a reason. Coming out of last week's show, Will. Well, you made this match. You made this match after Alex Collins weasel interferences all night.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, he screwed Mike Morgan out the Academy Championship. I try and stay at this commentary desk and stay as professional as I can and call these matches. There's only so much I can stand for.
And that is what you call a KO knee, straight to the nose and jaw of Lucha.
Come on, CZ. Hey, you got a little move on you. Whoa,
Yeah, that knee to the face was not pretty.
And here comes Charlie on Lucha.
Whoa, there you go. Charlie working over the arm of Lucha. This is impressive. A kick to the back. A tag is holding. He's got a headlock on Lucha. And we see Morris once again picking up the pieces.
And obviously Morris in control now of this. Morris in control here, just throwing Lucha around. One after the tag team champion, just getting launched around like a piñata. That's what they use in Mexico. A piñata here on CPW New Blood Pay-Per-View main event here, 3 days away from Reload pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, call him a piñata. I feel if you smash Lucha open, it's just full of tequila.
That is true. You get drunk off him.
Well, you might. Is he going to go for another T-bone here? No, pick up.
Maybe go for the gunslinger.
It could be the gunslinger. He's going to be able to get Lucha around.
Oh! And that is going to be it for Lucha there.
Obviously, as you said, Nathan, this does have a 20-minute time limit. Most main events for these New Blood shows do. But I'll tell you what, we need a winner of this match right here. I'm going to say this right now. We're gonna keep going till we have a final winner to this match. We're going to have to see a pinfall in this match. I'm tired of Collins always slipping out of these matches. He screwed Martin Morgan last week. He tries to get out of this 6-man tag match. But basically, there's no rage here tonight. Still don't know exactly what he says. Obviously, he's still hurt from when I busted that face open. But we need a winner here tonight. Of course, so we're going to keep going until we get a pinfall.
And at CPW and the CPW, they love a fight. That's what we love here. We love a fight. And this has been one hell of a fight so far in the main event. We've seen it all. We've seen brother versus brother son versus dad. We've seen the tag team champion action. The coalition being Weasels.
But Lucha needs to make a tag right now. He's got his legs locked up. He was reaching for a tag, but Alex Collins, you've got to hand it to him. Very smart, pulling back the arms. Now he's got a surfboard type submission. Oh,
and yes. A big stomp to the head of Lucha.
No way for you to protect yourself when your arms are tied up like that. You have no choice but to kiss the canvas.
And Collins giving the order to Charlie to finish him. Lucha. And a big DDT from Charlie.
Lucha obviously beating down here, and Charlie is just like he usually does. Weasels his way into these matches and picks up the pieces that Alex Collins has left behind.
And a big forearm, and another forearm, and a big kick, and another kick. Beating the hell out of Lucha.
Some of those kicks look low to me. They look right in the bum bag.
Right in that bum bag, like you said, Will, and nothing but a down there, the cool.
So he's kicked the shots off of Lucha.
And Morris here now in control, taking control of Charlie, and a big Irish whip, but no. Straight in, and into the German. High angle German onto Lucha, and he is down and out.
He's out on his feet, quite literally.
Obviously, we are seeing Charlie in this match, Will, who is, after last week's actions, the first and only two-time Academy champion here in CPW.
I mean, you can call him an Academy champion. He's not much of a champion in my eyes. That was not a clean victory by any means. As far as I'm concerned, Martin Morgan should still have that championship around his waist.
We agree here with you. He was cheated out of it by Alex Connors. Right, Martin Morgan Morris does deserve a rematch for that championship. That's what's happened. Back elbow from Lucha, and here's the tag.
There you go.
Big fist.
Big whip up, a house of fire. Kentucky Jericho. No flying around today. That's a big mean clothesline to the chest of Alex Connors. We saw Alex Connors last week attack Morgan after the match.
The tag team double move.
Lucha Lucha getting rid of the curve. It's Lil Charlie and Morris.
The double CB2.
Alex Connors is out in the middle of the ring. There's a pin.
And what's this Morris doing?
Hold on a minute.
He just grabbed the referee there.
He did this last week. He pushed Dale last week, and now he's just giving him a right hand. Dale is out.
And here comes Leighton Sims.
Leighton Sims. There we go. David Morris exactly what he deserves after earlier tonight.
This is what happened earlier. Like we said, this match is going to happen at Reload. Morris versus Leighton Sims. And then Bobby Morgan and Charlie going back in the ring, ladies and gentlemen.
This match is broken down completely. We have no official. The official is down. Dale is still down. Morris is fighting to the back with Leighton Sims.
But we have no official, Will. We have
That's what I just said. I mean,
Pliskin was wrestling early on this evening.
And look who's left in the ring.
I mean, we need some kind of authority here, Will. And in my opinion, you're the high point of authority here in Newburgh Wrestling. And so many people
hold on a minute. Alex Connors looks like he's about to.
Your referee's there on the floor. Kurt Pliskin is out. There is no more referees.
Time for Alex Connors to get what's coming to him.
We need some authority, Will. I think you should make a decision here as the leader of Newburgh. Make a decision. Because at the moment is time to
Well, I mean, I don't want to get involved in it. I mean, I'm sitting here. To be a commentator.
You heard it. He's there getting official out of here. He has to official.
We do need an authority figure to call this match. We said we're going to keep going till we see a pinfall. Darren is out. Kurt Pliskin had a match earlier tonight. He's not here to be a referee.
And that's their tag team finish. This could be the end. Make a decision now. You're on the authority. Make a decision. Make a decision.
We need a pin. I'm going to jump in the ring. We need a pinfall.
Come on! Let's do it!
Will's got it in the authority. The official. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the team of CCC and Mighty Morgan Morris. Ladies and gentlemen, Will had no choice. He had no choice. The referee was down. He had to make that decision. And there we have it. The winners tonight, because of the decision of Alex Connors to put Morris in the match, he took out the referee. And ladies and gentlemen, this is being your main event. This is being the main event.
Camera on me. Camera not champion. We are the tag team champions here. We'll start. This is the way you want to run your show. That was a disqualification. There was 3 on 1. No way I'd normally lose. But you know what? You know what, Will? If you want to stack the odds against me, I'm going to stack the odds against you. You ain't ever getting a one-on-one title shot with me, because every time you screw up like this, it's coming back your way. 2 days' time, this Friday, pay-per-view, Will Starr against Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, just as Colin has made a match, Will Starr against Charlie.
And Rage, a handicap match!
Ladies and gentlemen, here, a handicap match, Charlie and Rage versus Will Starr.
No. It's no bueno. Set the odds against me. Let's see how you handle it. That's no bueno, Paulo Lava. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what I've just heard there. Alex Connors making a handicap match. Little Charlie, the Academy champion, and the Enforcer Rage versus the Chosen One Will Star. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been New Blood Wrestling. The main event tonight has delivered, and there are your winners, standing tall with the Chosen One Will Star. Team CCC, the Tag Team Champions, and Mighty Morgan Morris. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been New Blood Wrestling. This boy